starters are loosening up. The grounds crew is putting the finishing touches on the field. And the anthem singer is warming up. It's time for the on-deck circle. Now with a preview of today's game, here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Well, a very pleasant good afternoon to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball on a steamy Sunday afternoon here in Salt Lake City. The Bees and the Tucson Sidewinders get ready to match up in Game 3 of a 4-game series between the two division leaders in the Pacific Conference. The Bees at 59-41 after last night's 10-7 loss to the Sidewinders, with a 4.5-game lead now over second-place Tacoma. The Rainiers splitting a doubleheader with Fresno, winning the opener 7-5, but dropping the nightcap by the identical score of 7-5. Meanwhile, the Sidewinders, with their win, raised their record to a league best 63-36, and they are now 12 games ahead of the second-place Sacramento River Cats, 17 up on Las Vegas. The Bees and the Sidewinders have split the first 2 games of this series. Salt Lake winning the opening game by a score of 11-9. In another high-scoring game yesterday, the Sidewinders prevailed by a score of 10-7, driving in 7 of those runs on bases-loaded hits. A grand slam by Brian Barden in the first inning, and a triple to drive in 3 by Alberto Callaspo in the fourth. So the Bees and the Sidewinders getting ready to square off. Our pitching matchup for today's game. For the Bees, it'll be right-hander Dustin Mosley with a record of 8-4. And for the Sidewinders, it'll be right-hander Micah Owings, who has won 6 and lost none since his promotion from Double-A Tennessee. So the Bees and the Sidewinders, if you can, come on over on this red-hot Sunday afternoon, sit in the shade, cool off, have a beverage, and watch the Bees and the Sidewinders. Just a reminder, as we've talked about in the past, I've switched blood glucose meters as a couple of years ago found out that I had type 2 diabetes, and I've switched now to the Ascensia Contour meter from Bayer, and really 2 main reasons. One is that it only takes a micro sampling of blood, so the pain is a lot less when you have to draw the blood from your finger, and the Contour is self-coating. Forgetting to coat is the number 1 reason for misread levels up to 43% off, and they say that 41% of experienced testers sometimes forget to coat their meters. Well, again, the Contour is self-coating, so you don't have to worry about making sure that your test strip matches the code number in your meter. So my suggestion is to stop by your local Good Neighbor Pharmacy and ask for the Ascensia Contour meter from Bayer. When we come back, we'll review last night's game here between the Bees and the Sidewinders right after this on ESPN 1230.
Zions Bank has absolutely free checking. This means it's absolutely free of hidden fees. Our absolutely free checking comes with absolutely free unlimited check writing and absolutely free online banking and bill pay. All this along with a Visa credit card, an absolutely free Visa debit card, and enrollment in Zions Cash Rewards. We appreciate you, so we want to absolutely free you from hassle with all our absolutely free branches and ATMs available throughout both Utah and Idaho. After all, when all is said and done, the best things in life are, well, family, love, and sharing. Because although our absolutely free checking is absolutely fantastic, hopefully it's not absolutely the best thing in your life.
Hi, I'm Tom Green, branch manager at the Zions Bank Freeway office. Right now, when you open a free checking account, we'll give you an absolutely free box of checks.
Zions Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply. See branch for details. Credit approval required to obtain Visa credit card.
Come sit by Grandpa. I want to show you some old pictures.
Pictures?
Of your mommy when she was a little girl.
She was a little girl?
Sure was. See, that's her.
Who's that, my mommy?
Ooh, that's me.
You used to have hair on your head?
Yes, I did.
What happened to it?
Lost it.
Lost it?
Mm-hmm.
How come your hair was longer than Grandma's hair?
Well, sweetie, back then, having long hair was a personal expression.
What happened to your beard?
My beard? Lost that, too.
Oh.
There are moments that make life meaningful.
You all sorts of stuff, Grandpa.
No kidding.
At Select Health, we want to help you enjoy each one. With our health and wellness programs, we're striving to help you stay fit and healthy through every stage of life and be right there with you as life unfolds.
Look, Grandpa, you used to be skinny.
Yeah, I think that's enough pictures for today.
And you wore funny pants.
Oh, this is a great idea.
To learn how we're working to make healthcare simpler for you, visit selecthealth.org. Select Health. Simply there.
Well, as we mentioned, the key to last night's game was Tucson's success with the bases loaded. This is a team that's batting over 360 as a club with the bases full. And it showed its strength in that department in the first inning. Alberto Callaspo led off the game with a double. Chris Young was hit by a pitch. And after a fielder's choice, left runners at first and third. Chris Carter walked to load the bases, and then Stephen Schell faced Brian Barden. So Callaspo at third, Hairston at second, Carter at first, one out. The pitch to Barden is crushed in the air towards right. It's up there, it's out there, and it's a grand slam. Just over the barrier and right on the first pitch, Brian Barden puts Tucson ahead 4-0. They would add another run in the inning on a solo shot by Juan Brito, and so Tucson led 5-0 until the Bees closed to within one with a 4-run second inning. A 2-run single by Curtis Pride, an RBI base hit by Eric Ibar, with an error by the right fielder John Weber and by the shortstop Sadler on the same play, allowing Curtis Pride to score to make it a 5-4 ball game, but the tying run was left stranded at third base. And then the Sidewinders opened it up to a 5-run lead again in the fourth as John Weber walked. Juan Brito singled with one out. Donnie Sadler reached on an infield hit. A diving stop by Adam Paskovich to his right prevented the ball from going down the line, but the bases were full for the former Stinger, Alberto Callaspo. The 1-2 pitch swung on and lifted into deep right center field. That's going to be over the head of Tommy Murphy and one off the wall. 3 runs are going to score. Here comes Weber. Here comes Brito. Here comes Sadler as Callaspo's at third with a 3-run triple. And it's now 8-4 Tucson. Callaspo would then score on an ensuing ground out by Chris Young to make it a 9-4 ball game. The Bees got it to 9-6 in the fourth after a leadoff walk to Casey Smith. Tommy Murphy tripled off the bottom of the wall in left center field. He came in to score on an Eric Ibar sacrifice fly. But then the Sidewinders got one of the runs back in the fifth inning. Chris Carter doubled. Brian Barden bunted him to third, and he scored on John Weber's sacrifice fly. The Bees' final run came in the seventh on about a 460-foot home run by Dallas McPherson, his 10th of the year. And that would be it as far as the scoring, as Mike Schultz and Jose Valverde threw scoreless 8th and 9th innings respectively to give the Sidewinders a 10-7 win. A busy Sunday already in the major leagues as well as the Pacific Coast League. We'll update the AFRA scoreboard next on ESPN 1230.
Hey, Bees fans, are you looking for a summer deal and a meal to satisfy your cravings? Stop by Wiener Schnitzel today for the 2 for $2.22 deal. Chili cheese dog and chili cheeseburger, only $2.22. Hurry in today. And while you're there, don't forget to cool down with the new Tasty Freeze Brownie Freezy. Chewy brownies mixed with creamy vanilla Tasty Freeze soft serve, topped with chocolate syrup. Wiener Schnitzel. It's the official hot dog of the Salt Lake Bees. Wiener Schnitzel, pushing the boundaries of taste.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Come on, what do you want? Well, I don't know what I want for breakfast because I can't think before I have breakfast. But how do I decide what I want for breakfast if I can't think until I get breakfast? You'll have a number one with a large coffee.
Snap out of it with a delicious bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich from McDonald's. And if you need more help in the morning, visit McMornings.com.
Like you read my mind. It's a pretty short book.
At participating McDonald's.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks, about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and terrine tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Bees and the Sidewinders are getting ready. Both starting pitchers, Micah Owings for the Sidewinders and Dustin Mosley for the Bees, starting their long toss drill prior to the game. Right now, let's update you on what's happening elsewhere in baseball on our Abra scoreboard. Windshield chips or cracks got you down? Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. In the PCL, nothing in yet on Nashville at Oklahoma. Elsewhere in Des Moines, Iowa leads Memphis 8-2 in the fifth inning. Michael Restovich and Felix P.A. with home runs for the I-Cubs. That's the first game of a doubleheader in Des Moines. At Omaha, Round Rock has jumped out to an 8-1 lead over the Royals. That game is in the fourth inning. Former Stinger Brian Gordon has hit his 10th home run of the year for the Express. At Las Vegas, where it's 106 degrees at game time, the 51s lead Portland by a score of 2-0 in the third inning. Later on, Albuquerque is at New Orleans, Fresno hosts Tacoma, and Colorado Springs is at Sacramento. In the American League, they're in the ninth at Cleveland, Minnesota leading the Indians 3-1. After 7 in Toronto, the Blue Jays spanking the Yankees 13-5. 2 home runs for Vernon Wells, his 25th and 26th. Troy Gloss hit his 26th. The Blue Jays with an 8-run third inning. At St. Petersburg, Baltimore knocked off Tampa Bay 4-2. In the eighth inning at Chicago, the White Sox lead the Rangers 4-0. In the bottom of the sixth inning, the Angels leading Kansas City by a score of 3-0. Jared Weaver had a no-hitter going until the sixth inning, when with, just want to double check to make sure we have the exact timing on it, with 1 out, Doug Minkiewicz, the former Buzzman, singled to right field to break up the no-hit bid by Jared Weaver in the sixth inning. But the Angels do lead Kansas City 3-0. Rob Quinlan, a former Stinger, with a 2-run single in the fourth inning. Later on, Boston is at Seattle, and earlier today, Detroit doubled up Oakland by a score of 8-4. In the National League, the Pirates have scored in the top of the ninth to tie up the Marlins at 4-4, and they still have the bases loaded with 2 out. In the eighth at New York, the Astros lead the Mets 5-4. In the bottom of the ninth at Cincinnati, the Brewers lead the Reds 4-1. Derek Turnbow not closing the game. He's been in a bad slump of late. Gave up 3 runs on Friday night in the bottom of the ninth for a loss. San Diego's at San Francisco. The Giants have taken the first 3 games of that series to move a half game up on the Padres for first place in the National League West. St. Louis is at Los Angeles. Arizona, winners of 4 in a row, host Colorado. Tonight, Atlanta is at Philadelphia. Earlier, Washington whipped the Cubs by a score of 7-1. Home runs for Ryan Church and Alfonso Soriano. That's your Abra scoreboard. We'll be back to give you the starting lineups for this afternoon's game right after this on ESPN 1230.
Paulie Colosimo here.
Yo, along with Joey as always. So, Paulie, tell the folks why we're so excited for spring to get here.
That's easy. So we can sunbathe in our Speedos, right?
Well, I do enjoy that. And with the packs we have, the ladies enjoy it too. But that's not what I had in mind.
Oh, well, you must be talking about grilling some of our Magnifico Colosimo sausages then.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Paulie.
Bada bing.
When most people think about grilling, they think about chicken or steaks. But those are wimp meat.
Yeah, if you want something with real taste and real kick, you gotta go with authentic Colosimo sausages on the grill.
Oh, yeah.
Some nice thick brats, a mild Italian or Tuscan. Just thinking about it makes me saliva ache.
Yeah, some hot Italian, which kind of reminds me of us in our Speedo.
A couple of hot Italians. You got that right, Joey.
Colosimo sausage. The sausage people. Now available at Dan's, Macy's, and Smith's.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low-monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy.
All right, let's get you ready for today's game by giving you the starting lineup brought to you by Salt Lake City Credit Union. Above and beyond every day. For the visiting Tucson Sidewinders, managed by Chip Hale, leading off the third baseman Alberto Callaspo. Batting second and playing center field, Chris Young. Hitting third, the designated hitter, Scott Hairston. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Chris Carter. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Brian Barden. Hitting sixth, and catching Miguel Montero. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Robbie Hammock. Hitting eighth and playing right field, John Weber. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Matt Erickson. Pitching for the Sidewinders will be right-hander Micah Owings. For the homestanding Salt Lake Bees, here's how manager Brian Harper filled out his lineup card. Leading off the center fielder, Tommy Murphy. Batting second, the second baseman, Casey Smith. Hitting third and playing shortstop will be Eric Ibar. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Mike Elward. Batting fifth and DHing today will be Nick Gorno. Hitting sixth, the left fielder, Jason Espito. Batting seventh and playing third base, Adam Pamkovich. Hitting eighth and catching, Corey Myers. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Darren Blakely. Pitching for the Bees will be right-hander Dustin Mosley. Just a reminder that the Bees pitching staff combines to strike out 10 or more batters in a 9-inning game today. Dow Solio Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $125 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. Kendall Super D 3-engine oil, designed to give you what you need. It's the Bees and the Sidewinders on a Sunday afternoon. Hope you can make it out for today's game. If not, stay with us. The first pitch is right around the corner. You've been in the on-deck circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On-Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at today's game. The first pitch is right around the corner, so stick tuned. Salt Lake Bees baseball is coming up next on your home for the Salt Lake Bees, ESPN 1230 AM.
Somebody must have been in an accident that wasn't their fault. Keith Barton just hit that one out of the park.
I'm Keith Barton. And I know when you've been injured in an accident, you need an attorney that will go to bat for you and get you the money you deserve. You need the money quick because you have bills to pay. So the next time you're in an accident, you know what to do. Call in the big hitter. That's me, Keith Barton. It's just that easy to pick up the phone and call us at our new number, 801-IT'S-EASY.
My fellow pilots, it's time. What's he talking about? He's always making me big promises. McDonald's makes it easy for you to find fortune. Just check out Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, now in theaters. Then get a Big Mac sandwich, steal the tab, find the code, and you could win great riches, like a new Volvo. It's easy to win. I'm Bucket.
No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of the U.S., Puerto Rico, and Canada. 13 or older. Game ends 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:31:06. A while distribution supplies last. Car game ends 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:31:06. See official rules inside participating McDonald's or at playatmcd.com for complete details. Waiver prohibited.
Cache Valley Electric is a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. Cache Valley Electric has provided clients with the best in electrical construction since 1915. A premier electrical contractor with the ability to provide heavy industrial, commercial, teledata, cell tower, technology services, service and signal, and utility construction. A proud member of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, National Electrical Contractors Association. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
The starting pitchers are ready. The lineups have been exchanged. And the hot dogs are ready to go. It's time to play ball. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air. Now let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Clarke.
Once again, a very pleasant good afternoon to you, and welcome to Franklin Covey Field on a hot Sunday afternoon. The Bees and the Sidewinders, Game 3 of this 4-game series, as we mentioned earlier, between the two division leaders in the Pacific Conference. Tucson with a 12-game lead over Sacramento in the Pacific South. The Bees 4.5 up on Tacoma in the Pacific North. Starting today's play, the Rainiers at Fresno later on this evening. That game not scheduled to get underway until about 7:05 Mountain Time. The managers have already met at home plate with our 4-man umpiring crew as assigned by the Pacific Coast League. Mike Muchlinski is behind the plate. Joe Stegner at first, Travis Reiniger at second base, and Garen Watson will be the arbiter over at third. So the Bees and the Sidewinders locking up 7 wins apiece so far in the season series between these two teams. It's been an interesting series. The Bees have won 4 out of 6 here. The Sidewinders winning the series side over in Tucson so far this season. That was 5-3. So the Bees now taking the field on this Sunday afternoon to their positions. In just a moment, we'll have our national anthem, and then we'll be ready to play ball on this Sunday afternoon here in Salt Lake City. Again, if you can, come on out. You can sit in the shade or in the sun, whichever you prefer, here at Franklin Covey Field. Right now, though, let's enjoy the singing of our national anthem to be performed this afternoon by Sonia Lopez. Sonia Lopez with our national anthem on this Sunday afternoon here in Salt Lake City. The Bees have taken the field. Let's take them around to their positions defensively. Jason Espedo in left, Tommy Murphy in center, Darren Blakely's in right, Adam Pavkovich at third, Eric Ibar at short, Casey Smith at second, and Mike Elward is at first. A battery of Dustin Mosley pitching, and Corey Myers catching. For Mosley, this will be his 18th start for the Bees in 94 2/3 innings. He's given up 96 hits, 48 runs, 42 of them earned. He has struck out 71 and walked 29, hit 3 batters, thrown 3 wild pitches, and surrendered 11 home runs. Mosley has won 8 and lost 4 with a 3.99 earned run average. The PCL is batting .268 against right-hander Dustin Mosley. His last start was in an Angels uniform against the Cleveland Indians. That was last Monday. He gave up 10 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned in 5 innings, but he got the victory over Cleveland, struck out 2 and did not walk a batter through 92 pitches, of which 56 were strikes. So Dustin Mosley winning his Major League debut last Monday. Now back with the Bees, trying to actually turn things around a little bit as he's been roughed up his last 2 outings. On July 4th here against Colorado Springs, he gave up those 6 first-inning runs, eventually allowing 7 runs, all earned on 12 hits in 6 innings for the loss to the Sky Sox. He had a no decision here on a Sunday afternoon against Sacramento, giving up 6 runs on 9 hits in 5 2/3 innings, a game that was eventually won by the Bees in the bottom of the 9th inning. In one of those 2 back-to-back come-from-behind wins for the Bees in the late innings. So we're just about ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air for a Sunday afternoon here in Salt Lake City. And leading things off will be Alberto Callaspo, hitting .332, 18 doubles, 10 triples, 4 homers, 49 runs batted in. Mosley's first pitch is a fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1, and we're underway. Callaspo having a big series. 5 for 9, 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 4 RBIs. The 0-1 comes home. Breaking ball inside as Callaspo jackknifes to get out of the way. And the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pavkovich even with a bag at third. Elward at first, the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner at the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. It'll be Callaspo, Young, and Hairston due up here in the first inning. The 1-2 delivery. Fastball up and in as Callaspo leans back out of the way. And so now the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Al Mosley winds the 2-2. Breaking ball inside fills the count on Callaspo at 3-2. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. The Bees parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim at Kansas City, leading the Royals 3-1. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch. Callaspo swings and misses out in front of a changeup. He struck him out. 1 down here in the first. Good pitch by Mosley there, pulling the string on it and having Callaspo take a cut away out in front of it. So 1 out. That'll bring up Chris Young, the center fielder, hitting .262. 20 doubles, 2 triples, 15 homers, 54 runs batted in. Hitless at 8 at-bats in this series with 1 RBI. Angels trying for the series split in Kansas City as Young pops the first pitch up. Behind first base, Elward waving everybody off, backpedaling, makes the catch for the out. Young didn't run it out. He never made it halfway to first base. He was standing and watching the pop-up. I don't know if he thought the ball was out of play or what, but he's out on the pop fly to Elward. 2 down for Scott Hairston, the designated hitter, batting .329. 15 doubles, 1 triple, 18 homers, 55 runs batted in. So 2 out, nobody on for the Sidewinders here in the first. Chip Hale, the manager for the Sidewinders, coaching at third. And let's see. Not quite sure who that is over at first base right now. Not a coach, but a position player, I believe. First pitch on the way, and Hairston takes a breaking ball low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. That's infielder Kenny Perez coaching over at first base. 1 ball, the count on Hairston. Outfield, deep and around towards left for Hairston. The pitch, fastball inside, 2-0. Hairston here on an injury rehab assignment after injuring his shoulder going into the wall for a fly ball at Pittsburgh. In his first game this year for the Diamondbacks, he had gone 2 for 4 in the game as he rips one up the alley in left center field. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. Halfway up the berm. In left center field, Scott Hairston with his 19th home run of the year, and Tucson takes a 1-0 lead. 12th home run surrendered by Dustin Mosley this year, and for Hairston, that is his first hit of this series. He had been 0 for 8. So he jumps all over the 2-0 pitch, and so Tucson grabs a 1-0 lead as they have scored in the top of the first inning to take the lead in each of the first 3 games of this series. First pitch to Carter on the way. Breaking ball inside. Ball 1. Going back to the previous homestand, the Bees have given up runs in the top of the first now in their last 5 home games. 1-0 pitch to Carter. Breaking ball low. Ball 2. 2-0 the count on the left-hand hitter. Carter 3 for 9 in the series with a couple of doubles and 3 runs batted in. Mosley working this year from the far third base side of the pitching rubber. Starts the windup. Here's the 2-0. Carter takes downstairs for ball 3. 3-0 the count for Mosley. This is his 4th start against Tucson. He's 2-0 with a 2.65 ERA. Coming into this game, the Sidewinders batting just 194 against Dustin. The 3-0 pitch outside, ball 4. Walking on 4 straight out of the strike zone. First free pass issued by Carter. That'll bring up, or by Mosley. That'll bring up Ryan Barden, batting 308. 24 doubles, a triple, 13 homers, 65 runs batted in. 4 of those coming on his first inning grand slam last night, going to the opposite field and just clearing the barrier in right field with his blast. So 2 outs, a runner at first base, 1-0 Tucson here in the first. So now Mosley ready to go. Lead at first for Carter. The pitch. Third ball, strike at the knees, 0-1. Carter at first. They'll need to keep an eye on him. He's stolen 9 bases in 11 attempts this year. No balls, 1 strike the count. Outfield, deep and around towards left for Barton, playing shortstop in this game. Primarily a third baseman. The 0-1 pitch, strike on the inside corner, just under the bell, 0-2. Conversely, Alberto Callaspo at the top of the order. This is the 3rd game of the series in his 3rd different position. He played shortstop in the first game, second base yesterday, and is now anchored at 3rd today. Quick throw to first, and Carter is back. And the season series all level at 7 apiece. These with a 4-2 edge here at home. 4.5 game lead over Tacoma, starting the day's play in the Pacific North. Now Mosley ready. The 0-2 to Barden. Swinging a ground ball to short. Ibar gobbles it up from one knee. Flips to second base. Gets the force out on Carter. And that retires the side. 1 run on 1 hit. The home run by Hairston. And 1 runner left on base. As we go to the bottom of the first, it's Tucson 1. The Bees are coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Attention motorcycle and ATV riders. Dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV? Well, stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $89 a month for 24 months with 0 down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right. Payments as low as $89 a month plus 0 down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So visit Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out and Ride sales event. Because an offer this good won't last. Plaza Cycle at 1379 West, 3300 South, in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle, walk in, ride out. On the Yamaha card, subject to credit approval through 8/31/06 on select new Yamaha motorcycles, excluding FJR models, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. As low as $89 monthly payment for 24 months at 8.9% APR for amounts financed up to $10,000 account kept current. Thereafter, the standard rate of 12.99% or 22.99% APR applies. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for ATV age restrictions. Yamaha recommended approved training course. Call 1-800-887-2887.
Well, it's Hall of Fame stuff. You know, you come, all those guys saw an All-Star game, you wonder what happened to them, you come to the Hall of Fame, there they are. It's a meeting place, a gathering place.
Relive your fondest memories of Lou Brock and see his Hall of Fame plaque at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. For information, visit baseballhalloffame.org or call 888-HALL-OF-FAME. Preserving history, honoring excellence, connecting generations. The Baseball Hall of Fame.
We head to the bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Tucson. Defensively for the Sidewinders, Robbie Hammock in left, Chris Young in center, John Weber in right, Alberto Callaspo at third, Brian Barton at short, Matt Erickson at second, and Chris Carter at first. The battery of Micah Owings pitching and Miguel Montero catching. For Owings, his 8th start since coming up from Double-A. In 39 innings, he's given up 43 hits, 18 runs, 17 of them earned. He has struck out 22 and walked 20. 3 hit batters, 2 wild pitches, and 3 home runs allowed. First pitch to Tommy Murphy is a strike at the knees, 0-1. Owings 6-0 with a 3.92 earned run average. PCL batting .297 against the 6'5", 225-pound right-hander Micah Owings. The 0-1 to Murphy, grounded to the right side, flagged down by Carter to his right. A long underhand toss to first in time for the out. Nicely done by Chris Carter at first, and there's one away here in the first. Here's Casey Smith, who was not in the original starting lineup. He was going to get a day off, but Dallas McPherson's back was acting up a little bit, and so he's out of the lineup. Casey Smith coming to the plate now, batting .285, 19 doubles, a career best, with 2 triples, 2 homers, 38 runs batted in. Casey with a 12-game hitting streak coming into the ball game. And the first pitch misses high, ball one. A base hit to give him a 13-game streak would give him the longest streak for a Bees player this year. Tie him with Jeff Mathis, I should say, for the longest hitting streak. Mathis had a 13-gamer in his first 13 games back from the Angels in early May to mid-May. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Casey Smith, who's 3 for 7 in this series. The pitch, swung on, little flare into right field. That's going to land on the lawn for a base hit and make it a 13-game hitting streak for Casey Smith. 1 on, 1 out. Here's Eric Ibar hitting an even 300 for the season. 13 doubles, 3 triples, 6 homers, 35 runs batted in. Ibar 3 for 8 in this series, including a double, a homer, and 3 runs batted in. Has 8 hits in 25 at-bats, a .320 average since rejoining Salt Lake from the Angels at the start of the Fresno series last Monday. First pitch from Owings inside all the way back to the screen, and onto second base goes Casey Smith. Ball 1 the count on Eric Ibar. Like a slider that got away from Owings inside. Ibar jackknifing to get out of the way. So runner at second base, 1 out, still no ruling on the pitch. 1 ball, no strikes to count on Ibar. Owings ready, and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards the middle, and it gets through into center field, a base hit. Here comes Casey Smith around third with the tying run, and we're all even at 1 apiece. Eric Ibar's ground ball single up the middle, getting through. So the wild pitch helps lead to a run, and we're all even at 1. And for Ibar, his 36 RBI in a Salt Lake uniform. So Ibar at first base with 1 out in a 1-1 game, and the batter will be Mike Elwert, hitting .291, 15 doubles, 4 homers, 31 runs batted in. Had an off day yesterday as he's been struggling of late with just 2 hits in his last 20 at-bats. Toss to first. They'll keep an eye on Ibar. He has 22 stolen bases this year. Second on the ball club behind Reggie Willits' 24. He's been thrown out 10 times. The infield double play depth behind Owings. Now the right-hander sets and the pitch. Elwert starts after it, holds up on the breaking ball. They appeal. No swings is Joe Steckner, the umpire over at first, and it's ball 1. Owings, no decision in his last start, a win in his last start. He has not faced Salt Lake prior to this. Gave up 1 run on 5 hits in 5 innings in a victory over Portland on the 18th of July. Again, Owings the throw to first, and Ibar is back. Bees wearing their home whites today with the black numerals and lettering trimmed in gold. Sidewinders with their sleeveless road grays. Throw to first again, close, but Ibar gets the right hand in ahead of the throw and the tag. Black numerals and lettering with copper trim. 1-0 the count on Elwert. A runner at first, 1 out, a run in. The game tied at 1 apiece. Owings ready. The pitch. Elwert grounds 1 right side and through into right field, a base hit. Ibar takes the turn at second, racing for third. Weber's throw to third, and safe at third base is Ibar, who gives Cayaspa a little friendly punch on the right arm. Former teammates together in the Angels organization. Mike Elwert with a base hit. So the day off gave him a needed break. And now runners at the corners with 1 out for Nick Gorneau, the designated hitter. Batting .282, 17 doubles, 4 triples, 12 homers, 59 runs batted again. Again, Gorneau trying to get his timing back. He had been out for quite a while because of that fractured patella just below his left knee. 0 for 4 last night with 3 strikeouts. His first action since the first game after the All-Star break when he tried to give it a go. First pitch to Gorneau. Curveball strike at the knees, 0-1. Went 0 for 2 in that game and then had to come out. 1 strike the count on Gorneau. Ibar, the go-ahead run at third. Elwert over at first. And now the 0-1 to Gorneau. Fastball inside at the knees, ball 1. 1-1 the count. 3 straight singles for Salt Lake here in the first inning after the first out. And a pretty good play by Carter prevent that from going through for a single. Now the 1-1 to Gorneau. Swinging a tap foul behind home plate. 1-2 the count on Nick. who was leading the league in runs batted in at 59 at the time of his injury, after leading the league last year for the season at 108. A 1-2 the count on Gourneau. The infield double play depth, and now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. 1-2 down here in the first inning. First strikeout for Owings, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Jason Espedo. I know it's got to be frustrating for Gourneau to go through this. Obviously, a big injury, and it's going to take a while for his timing to get back. He's about as aggressive and hard-playing a player that you'll see. It's just going to be a matter of time before he gets his timing back. Here's Jason Espedo, and the first pitch is grounded foul over towards the first base dugout. Strike one. Jason batting .244, 2 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and 13 runs batted in. 1 for 7 in this series. That one was a home run. No balls, 1 strike on Espedo. Now Owings ready to pitch. Fastball high, 1-1. Owings, was strike called on that one, and I'm surprised, and so is Espedo, and the count's 0-2. Owings in just his second professional season. He was drafted in the 3rd round in June of 2005 out of Tulane. So he's climbed the ladder quickly. The 0-2 to Espedo, high and outside, and that is ball 1. Only appeared in 16 games last year as a reliever for Class A Lancaster in the California League, and then made 12 starts at AA Tennessee this year before his promotion. Won his first 4 AAA starts before a no decision on July 7th, and then he's won his last 2 starts. Numbers-wise, his first start may have been his most impressive. No hits through 6 innings. Now the 1-2 to Espedo, swinging a foul, backing out of play. He did walk 5, though, struck out 2. Again, left the game after 6 innings with a no-hitter. Still intact. So a ball and 2 strikes the count on Espedo. Ibar at third, Elward at first. 2 outs, a run in. The Bees and the Sidewinders all level at 1 apiece. Outfield shaded towards left for Jason. Now Owings ready, and the 1-2. Fastball high, 2-2 the count on Espedo. Last night's game snapped a streak for Jason, in which he had homered in 3 consecutive games here at Franklin Covey Field, dating back to the pre-All-Star break series with Sacramento. Fake to third, the toss to first, and Elward hadn't strayed all that far off the bag, so he's in easily. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Espedo. In the RBI single by Ibar, Elward then single. Runners at first and third, 1 out. They're still there with 2 out. 2-2 pitch, and they're still there at the end of the inning as Espedo waves and misses at a changeup, and that retires the side. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners were left on base. At the end of 1, it's the Bees 1, Tucson 1 on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Paul Hartman here. You know, if I were to hire somebody for my business, I would want to see their resume. That's why I think it's only fair to give you our resume right now. We have 20 years servicing the Wasatch area. Family owned and operated. Winner of last year's top technician training program. Always staffed 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we specialize in finding you the best solution for your comfort with energy savings. With over 71% repeat and customer referral rate, we know we're doing our job right. So, when you're in need, call Hartman Heating and Air, 264-8300. Serving the heart of your home and business.
Athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike 1.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pre-game and post-game feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum plus the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you at Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Durham. Good food, good fun, and deliciously complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up. The Oak Spaghetti Factory in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
We head to the second inning, 1-1 our score. Each team putting up one in the first. It'll be Miguel Montero, Robbie Hammock, and John Weber, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Sidewinders order to face right-hander Dustin Mosley. Gave up a run in the first on a 2-out home run by Scott Hairston. Montero, the batter, he shows bunt and takes outside at the knees, ball 1. Montero playing in just his 6th game with the Sidewinders, batting .333, all singles with 7 runs batted in. Pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball, first base side, scooped up by Elwood on the second hop, and he'll take it 4 steps to the bag for out number 1. So Montero is retired, 1 away. That'll bring up Robbie Hammock, batting .283, 9 doubles, 13 homers, 34 runs batted in. Hit into that game-ending double play here on Friday night to give the Bees an 11-9 victory. So 1 out, nobody on base. 98 degrees here in Salt Lake City. The pitch, breaking ball, striking at the knees, 0-1. Bright sunshine, some clouds around the area, but in good shape for today's game. And then tomorrow, don't forget, tickets still remain for the Pioneer Day Game and Fireworks Show. Great show here last night. Pitch low for a ball, 1-1. The box office tomorrow opens at 8:30. Get your tickets. Actually, the box office is open right now if you want to come over. 1-1 pitch. A fastball inside as Hammock backs out of the way. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. 1-1 our score here in the second inning. Mosley winds the 2-1 to Hammock. Fastball just inside at the knees. Ball 3. 3-1 the count to the right-hand batter, who's hitless in 5 at-bats in the series. That was all on Friday. Now the 3-1 from Mosley, swinging a ground ball through the middle and into center field, a base hit that narrowly missed, hitting Mosley on the way by. So Hammock aboard with the second hit of the ball game. Both hits so far for the Sidewinders by players who were hitless for the first half of this series. Brings up John Weber, the right fielder, batting .273 in a Tucson uniform. 1 double, 1 homer, 2 runs batted in. This being just his 4th game for Tucson. It was batting .258 for Las Vegas in 82 games upon his release by the Dodgers. So a runner at first base, 1 out, the infield double play, depth the pitch. Mosley's breaking ball in under the letters for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Don't forget to be on the lookout this year for the Albertsons triple play for charity. If the Bees pull off the triple play at home, Albertsons will donate $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. It happened on May the 1st here against Las Vegas. Weber swings. It's a little looper into left center field that's going to fall in for a base hit. Played on the hop by Tommy Murphy. Stopping at second base is Hammock. Just a little flare off the end of the bat of Weber. Good pitch by Mosley, but Weber able to get it out into left center field. So now 2 on, 1 out for Matt Erickson, the second baseman, hitting .292. 5 doubles and 18 runs batted in. So a ground ball single for Hammock, and now the bloop single. And now here's Erickson to face Dustin Mosley. The pitch. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. 0-1 the count on Erickson, who on the year has a single and 5 at-bats against Mosley. No balls, 1 strike. Again, the infield double play, depth the pitch. Breaking ball low, and that evens the count at 1-1. The dangerous Alberto Callaspo due next. Hammock at second base, Weber at first, 1 out. The outfield pretty much straight away for the left-handed batter. The pitch is a curveball low, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Erickson. Tucson is the 4th stop on his PCL career, having played for Calgary, Albuquerque, and Nashville in the past. Time called as the catcher Myers goes out to talk things over with Mosley. Just a quick word and a pat on the behind before he comes back behind home plate. 2 balls and a strike the count on Erickson. Old Glory pretty much hanging limp on the flagpole and left. The 2-1 pitch to Erickson. Swung on and pulled into right field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Blakely racing to cut it off before it can go to the corner. Hammock around third will score. Into third base, Weber. Into second, Erickson with a double. And Tucson's back out in front by a score of 2-1. Well, this team just keeps coming at you with those bats. So now the Sidewinders regain the lead, and they're in business still with runners at second and third, one out. 3 straight hits for the Sidewinders. Here's Alberto Callaspo, who struck out his first time up. Cornermen are in the pitch. Callaspo takes strike one on the outside part of the plate, knee high, an off-speed delivery. No balls, 1 strike. One thing about Mosley, though, is that this is only his second start since the All-Star break. Here's Callaspo swinging and lifting one in the air to shallow left. Going out Paskovich. Ibar calls him off in foul territory in the bullpen area for Tucson down the left field line for out number 2. So good play by Ibar. 2 out here in the second. That'll bring up Chris Young. Young popped up to the first baseman Elward his initial time up. So Mosley, I don't know if rusty would be the word to use, but again, only 2 starts since the 4th of July. On the 9th, here against Sacramento, and July 17th in Anaheim against Cleveland. Runners at second and third, 2 out. The pitch to Young. Curve ball into the dirt. Good block by Myers, sliding across to his right. Ball 1. But Mosley not out of the woods yet. With runners at second and third, 1 out, a run in. It's 2-1 Tucson. Mosley stares in, gets his sign from Myers. Now the 1-0. Breaking ball low, ball 2 for Corey. This is just his 4th game behind the plate. Two balls, no strikes. Did catch some for Tucson as well. The pitch, swing and a miss. Out in front of an off-speed pitch, and the count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Outfield, backing around towards left for Young. Good Young hitter. The pitch. Fastball inside at the knees, 3-1. Very good Young hitter. Scott Hairston on deck. And a wide one here would load the bases for Hairston. As we mentioned, this Tucson team has been extremely dangerous this season with the bases loaded. 3-1 pitch to Young. Into the dirt, and they're full. Ball 4. That's the second walk issued by Mosley. And here's Scott Hairston, who homered to left center field his first time up. Again, this team batting .368 with the bases loaded. Hairston, 4 for 10, a .400 average with 8 RBI with the bases full. So danger here with the bases loaded and 2 out as Dustin Mosley tries to keep it at a 2-1 ball game. Now the pitch. Curveball strike at the knees, 0-1. Well, Hairston at the plate batting .400 with the bases loaded. When the bases have been loaded against him, Mosley's allowed 1 hit in 8 at-bats. So something will give here. 1 strike the count on Hairston. Weber, the runner at third. Erickson at second. Young at first. The pitch is ripped foul off the barrier in front of the seats just beyond the third base dugout. As Hairston rocketed that one, but fortunately for the Bees, he was way out in front of it. Fortunately for the fans, it hit the base of the wall down there and didn't go into the seats. So now Mosley ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes on Scott Hairston. Infield back, the outfield deep and around towards left as Mosley delivers the 2-strike pitch. Strike 3 called. Cutter on the outside corner at the knees, and Hairston can't believe it. He wasn't happy last night with a couple of called third strikes, and he's left and enthralled right here as he has a few words for home plate umpire Mike Putzlinski, who's pointing his finger at Hairston right now. 1 run in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 runners were left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Tucson 2, the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
You already know that R.C. Willey is the place to shop for quality home furnishings, but you may not know that R.C. Willey also works hard to provide solutions for you and your home. With same-day delivery, there's no need to wait. R.C. Willey's professional sales associates will answer your questions and help you find exactly what you need. In-store financing means you deal directly with us. By providing an incredible selection of merchandise, it's easy to find your individual taste and style. Find your solutions today at R.C. Willey. One place, so many possibilities.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Bottom of the second inning, 2-1 Tucson. It'll be Adam Pafkovich, Corey Myers, and Darren Blakely, the bottom third of the order, to face right-hander Micah Owings. Adam Pafkovich batting .245, 10 doubles, a triple, 8 homers, 31 runs batted in. Pitch a strike at the knees, 0-1. And the Bees had a run in, runners at first and third, 1 out of the first, but could not cash in for any more. The 0-1, Pafkovich jumps back out of the way of an inside fastball, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1 Tucson here in the bottom of the second. The 1-1 pitch to Pafkovich, curveball strike, and it's 1-2. Owings throws that fastball around the mid-90s. That's breaking ball, not a curve so much as it is a slider, and a pretty good changeup. The 1-2 to Pafkovich. Swinging a ground ball towards short. Barden charging, gloving the belt high bound, throwing on the run, and getting Pafkovich by plenty for out number 1. That'll bring up Corey Myers, the catcher, batting .278. 5 doubles, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in for Myers. 2 for 4 with a double in this series. Did not play last night. So 1 out, bases empty as Owings delivers. Swinging a foul, first base side, upper deck, strike 1. 0-1 the count on Myers. If a Bees player hits for the cycle at home this season during a regulation 9-inning game, you could win $10,000 in the SMC Capital Management Hit for the Cycle contest, courtesy of Gary Gigi of SMC Capital Management. The 0-1 to Myers. Swinging a one-hopper, two-hopper back to the mound. Knocked down by Owings. Picks it up and fires to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Darren Blakely hitting .216. 1 double, a homer, and 1 run batted in. 0 for 2 in this series. You can register to win that Hit for the Cycle contest and $10,000 at the Franklin Covey Field Customer Service booth behind third base. And don't forget to check out www.retirementsource.net for more information on SMC Capital Management, Architects of Wealth. So quickly, 2 out, nobody on for the Bees here in the bottom of the second inning. Blakely awaits. The first pitch is low, ball 1. Darren with that, what turned out to be game-winning home run on the top of the 10th in Fresno last Tuesday. About 6 rows deep into the seats in right field at Grizzly Stadium. 1-0 pitch. Blakely loops one off the end of his bat towards right. Weber coming in 2 steps, makes the catch to retire the side. Micah Owings sets the side down in order here in the second inning. And at the end of 2, it's Tucson 2 and the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Come on, what do you want? Well, I don't know what I want for breakfast because I can't think before I have breakfast. What? How do I decide what I want for breakfast if I can't think until I get breakfast? You'll have a number 1 with a large coffee.
Snap out of it with a delicious bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich from McDonald's. And if you need more help in the morning, visit McMornings.com.
Like you read my mind. It's a pretty short book.
At participating McDonald's.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
All right, we go now to the third inning, 2-1 in favor of Tucson. The top of the order, Chris Carter, Brian Barton, and Miguel Montero, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Sidewinders here in the third inning. It's also time for our update of the Abra scoreboard around baseball. Twilight doubleheader, nothing in yet. Nashville and Oklahoma. First pitch to Carter, who walked his first time up, is a changeup that misses well outside, ball 1. At Des Moines in the first of 2, Iowa leads Memphis 13-6. That game in the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-inning contest, of course. 1-0 pitch to Carter. Fastball strike on the inside corner above the knees, 1-1. At Omaha, it's all Round Rock. The Express leading the Royals 14-2. Now the wind by Mosley, the 1-1. Carter reaches out, pokes one toward short. Eric Ibar to his left, scoops it up, steps and throws to first in time to get Carter by a half step. 1 away here in the third. That'll bring up Brian Barton, who bounced into an inning-ending fielder's choice with a shortstop Ibar in the first inning. At Las Vegas, 106 degrees currently at Cashman Field, and that's just the air temperature, probably about 120 on the field. 51's leading Portland 5-1. The only Beavers run, a home run by Jack Custis, 17th of the year. Later on, Albuquerque is at New Orleans. Fresno hosts Tacoma, and Colorado Springs is at Sacramento. Now Mosley winds the pitch to Barton. A little bit high, ball 1. Bottom of the ninth at Kansas City. The Angels lead the Royals 3-run as Francisco Rodriguez tries to close out another win for Jared Weaver. Here's a swing and a smash through the middle into center field, a base hit. So Barton has the 5th hit of the game already for Tucson. 1 on, 1 out for the Sidewinders, and that'll bring up Miguel Montero. Grounded out to the first baseman Mike Elward his first time up. Bottom of the 2nd inning at Seattle, the Mariners 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Minnesota a winner at Cleveland 3-1 as Francisco Liriano moves to 12-2. Snap throw to first, and Barton was almost caught napping. At Detroit, the Tigers beat Oakland 8-4. Detroit scoring 6 runs in the first. Now Mosley ready. The pitch to Montero. Change up outside, ball 1. Montero bounced out to Elward his first time up. Toronto used an 8-run third to catapult themselves to a 13-5 win over the Yankees. Pounding out 5 home runs in that game, 2 by Vernon Wells. Throw to first, and Barton's back. Barton 0 for 3 in the stolen base department this year. At St. Petersburg, Baltimore beat Tampa Bay 4-2, and the White Sox shut out Texas 5-0. Home runs for Tadahito Iguchi and Scott Podsednik. 1-0 pitch to Montero. Fastball up and in, ball 2. 2-0 to the left-hand hitter. National League in the third. The Giants won. The Padres nothing. Bottom of the 2nd at Los Angeles. The Cardinals won. The Dodgers nothing. Colorado and Arizona just underway in Phoenix. 2 balls. The count on Montero. Barton the big lead. The pitch is yanked foul down the right field side, out of play. 2-1 the count on Montero. Later on at the ESPN Sunday night game, Atlanta at Philadelphia. They were rained out last night, so that game will be made up as part of a doubleheader in September. would have made it up today if not for the ESPN telecast. Washington whipped the Cubs in D.C. 7-1. Ryan Church, Alfonso Soriano with home runs. The 2-1 pitch is a fastball high, ball 3. 3-1 the count at Florida. The Marlins get a run in the bottom of the ninth to beat Pittsburgh 5-4. Houston doubled up the Mets at Shea 8-4 as Roy Oswalt gets the win. And Milwaukee down Cincinnati 4-1. 3-1 pitch to Montero. The runner goes, and it's high and outside. Ball 4. So now runners at first and second. Third walk issued by Mosley. That'll bring up Robbie Hammock, who singled and scored the go-ahead run last inning for the Sidewinders, who again are threatening here in the third, already with a 2-1 lead. Runners at first and second base, 1 out. So far, it's been a little bit of a struggle for Dustin. The pitch. Curve ball, and that one misses a little bit low. Ball 1. 1-0 the count on Hammock, who missed most of last year after right shoulder surgery. Suffered a torn labrum just 3 games into the season for the Sidewinders. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Ripped toward third, and it's a fair ball inside the bag and rolling down the left field line. Barden will score. Montero's going to be waved around as Espedo slow to get into the corner. It'll be a 2-run double for Robbie Hammock. And now it's 4-1 Tucson. For Hammock, his 10th double, his 35th and 36th runs batted in. So now 4-1 in favor of Tucson. Still only 1 out, and the batter will be John Weber, who singled to center field. His first time up. Again, it's been a real tough go of it of late for the Bees starting pitching rotation. So far in July 1st, or since July 1st, in the month of July, Bees starting pitchers have only 2 wins. Here's Weber on the first pitch, hitting a high, towering pop-up on the infield, the right side. Casey Smith waiting for it to come down. It does, into the webbing of his mitt for out number 2. That'll bring up Matt Erickson, who doubled into the right field corner to drive in a run, his first time up. Sidewinders have scored at least 1 run in every inning. But the only wins by Bee starting pitchers this month, Joe Saunders on July the 1st and Jonathan Rauwenhorst on the 20th. First pitch to Erickson. Cue shot off the end of his bat, fair behind the bag at third. Tough play. Pavkovich throws. Got him. Good play by Adam Pavkovich. Check swing roller up the third base side. Slow roller near the bag. Adam picking it up and throwing on the run and getting enough on it to get Erickson. But 2 more runs across on 2 hits. No errors, and 1 runner was left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Tucson 4, the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
Denny's works for me because I like bacon, sausage, and ham, usually at the same time. And I can get all that at Denny's for just a few bucks. I mean, you know, how many places can you still say that about? I can think of about 1.
Denny's is also the one place you can go for the new Extreme Grand Slam. It has more bacon and sausage than ever, plus 2 eggs, hash browns, and pancakes. One of 3 new Super Slams for just $5.99 each. Denny's.
Works for me.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
Zions Bank has absolutely free checking. This means it's absolutely free of hidden fees. Our absolutely free checking comes with absolutely free unlimited check writing and absolutely free online banking and bill pay. All this along with a Visa credit card, an absolutely free Visa debit card, and enrollment in Zions Cash Rewards. We appreciate you, so we want to absolutely free you from hassle with all our absolutely free branches and ATMs available throughout both Utah and Idaho. After all, when all is said and done, the best things in life are, well, family, love, and sharing. Because although our absolutely free checking is absolutely fantastic, hopefully it's not absolutely the best thing in your life.
Hi, I'm Tom Green, branch manager at the Zions Bank Freeway office. Right now, when you open a free checking account, we'll give you an absolutely free box of checks.
Zions Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply. See branch for details. Credit approval required to obtain Visa credit card.
We head to the bottom of the third. Tucson 4, the Bees 1. Top of the order, Tommy Murphy, Casey Smith, and Eric Ibar due up to face right-hander Micah Owings. First pitch to Murphy. Chop to the right side. Backhanded by Carter behind the bag. The flip to Owings. One pitch, one out. On a hot day like this, it's benefiting the pitcher when you go after the first pitch like this. It seems like, anyway. First or second pitch. They see, let's just counting it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 10 batters in this game for the Bees have put the ball in play on the first or second pitch of the at-bat. Here's Casey Smith, who looped a single into right field to extend his hitting streak to 13 games. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball high, ball 1. Jared Weaver gets the win as the Angels beat Kansas City 3-1. Jared now has won all 7 of his major league starts. Casey chops one over the mound, past second base and through into center field, and Casey Smith, who wasn't even supposed to start today, wasn't in the original starting lineup, is now 2 for 2. That'll bring up Eric Ibar, who singled in a run his first time up after Casey Smith moved into scoring position on a wild pitch. Again, pitching well, but getting the loss is the local product, Brandon Duckworth. So 1 on, 1 out for the Bees here in the third for Eric Ibar. He's trailing by 3 at 4-1. First pitch on the way to Ibar, a fastball strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Eric Ibar, 4 hits now and 9 at-bats in this series. Micah Owings, on Tulane's trip to the College World Series in 2005. Lobbed to first base, and Smith is back. Last year in his first professional season, he led his team by averaging 12.3 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. 0-1 the count on Ibar. The pitch. Swinging a sharp ground ball foul outside the bag at first, and the count's 0-2. Nowhere near that same ratio right now in AAA. Entered the ball game with 22 strikeouts in 39 innings. He was close to a strikeout per inning at AA this year. 69 punch-outs and 74 and a third. He has not lost a start since May the 17th against the Carolina Mudcats. In AA, the Southern League level. The 0-2. Ibar hits the chopper to the right side. Erickson's got it. Shovels to Barden for 1. The throw to first, 2, a double play. And Owings is out of the inning. 4-6-3 double play. And with that, no runs. 1 hit. Nobody left on base. The end of 3. Tucson 4. The Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
Hi, is this the Federal Reserve? How you doing? Good, good. I'm fine, thanks. Listen, maybe you can help me. You're the guys who control the interest rates, right? Good. I was wondering if you could just not touch the interest rates until I sell my home. Well, yeah, I understand that, but no, I just need you to not touch the interest rate until I sell my home. That's all. Just, don't raise it. Just, keep it stable. Well, is there someone there who can help me? Yeah, I'll hold. Thanks.
Okay, so you can't control the Fed, but call a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent, and you'll have qualified buyers from all over the world looking at your home, no matter what the interest rate is. That's because Coldwell Banker agents are not only local experts, they're also part of a national and international referral network of professional agents. So there will be thousands of Coldwell Banker agents all over the world working to find you the right buyer at the right price.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm still on hold. Sure, I'll stay here. Thanks.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
We head head to the fourth inning. It's a 4-1 ball game in favor of Tucson. It'll be the top of the order, Alberto Callaspo, Chris Young, and Scott Hairston due up to face right-hander Dustin Mosley, who's scuffled his way through 3 innings, been touched for 4 runs on 6 hits. He's also walked 3 batters, trailing by 3. Callaspo so far has struck out and fouled out in 2 plate appearances. Mosley's first pitch to him is waved at and missed out in front of an off-speed delivery. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. Again, Mosley making his first start since his win over Cleveland last Monday for the Angels. The 1-strike delivery. Callaspo grounds one through the middle into right center field, a base hit. Coming over to get it quickly is Blakely. Callaspo thought about making the turn and going to second base, but decided to put the brakes on once Blakely got over there. That'll bring up Chris Young, who's popped up and walked in 2 plate appearances. By the way, if you have a youngster 14 and under, stop by the Larry H. Miller location, Larry H. Miller's Chevrolet location at 5650 South State Street in Murray, and enter them to win a chance to be the honorary bat kid at a Bees home game. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet. After all, you know this guy. First pitch to Young. Misses downstairs for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Outfield pulled around towards left. The infield double play depth. Now the right-hander ready. Return of the toss to first. Close, but Callaspo gets the right hand in ahead of the tag of Mike Elward. 4 runs on 7 hits for the Sidewinders. 1 run on 4 hits for the Bees. Now Mosley from the stretch ready. The 1-0 to Young. Swinging a tap foul behind home plate, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Young had a little bit of a late start this year. Had suffered a broken third metacarpal in his right hand during the offseason during workouts and had to have surgery to repair it. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Young. There goes the runner. The pitch high and inside, and it hit him. And so Young gets hit by a pitch, and now runners are at first and second with nobody out. And once again, trouble for Dustin Mosley. So for Mosley, that is the 4th hit batter of the season. And for Young, that is the 6th time that he's been hit. So now here's Scott Hairston, who has homered and taken a called 3rd strike. And this is just the 3rd game of his rehab assignment that began with this series. The pitch, breaking ball into the dirt, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Chris Butchek back with the Bees, so he would be able to pitch today. He last worked 2 days ago, retiring all 5 batters he faced against Kansas City over at Kauffman Stadium on Friday night. 1 ball the count on Hairston. The lead at second for Callaspo. Over at first base, Young, the pitch. Her ball way outside again. Ball 2, long throw to second base, but it was offline, and Callaspo got back in easily as the ball taken out of play. 2-0 the count on Hairston. 4-1 Tucson, and they're threatening to widen the gap. 2 balls, no strikes. Sidewinders have won 6 of the last 7 meetings, or 5 of the last 6, excuse me. There's a pitch in the dirt, ball 3. Good stop by Myers. And now a wide one would load the bases with nobody out. So 3-0 the count. Chris Carter, the first baseman, due next. And we've talked about how prolific this team is with the bases full. Don't want to see that again. 3-0 the count, though, and the pitch to Hairston. Green light on 3-0. Fouls it off the glove of the catcher, Corey Myers, and the count's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike the count on Hairston. Even though he was out of the PCL for over a month, Hairston's home run is 19th of the year, puts him in a tie for 3rd with Nelson Cruz of Nashville. 3 behind John Knott of Portland, who leads the league with 22. Now the 3-1 pitch to Hairston. Breaking ball, low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And Charles Nagy, the pitching coach, makes his way to the mound. And the batter will be Chris Carter, who's walked and grounded out in 2 plate appearances. Mosley now in 3+ innings has allowed 7 hits, walked 4, and hit a batter. Now the home plate umpire, Mike Machlinski, going out to the mound to talk things over, speed up that conversation as he does indeed break up the conversation as Nagy heads back to the first base dugout. Chris Carter, the batter, with the bases loaded and nobody out. Carter so far this year batting .316, 6 for 19 with the bases loaded, with 19 runs batted in. First pitch to Carter is a little bit low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count on Carter, who has a 13-game hitting streak coming into this game, batting .434 during the streak. 1 ball, the count on Carter. The pitch, chopped to the right side. Smith's got it over to second. That's 1. That's all they'll get, as the ball not hit hard enough to turn 2. Cayaspo will score from third on the fielder's choice. Run batted in for Chris Carter, and that makes it a 5-1 ball game. 4-6 on the force out of Hairston. 1 out. That'll bring up Brian Barden, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. So now a 4-run Sidewinder lead. Infield double play depth. Now Mosley's pitch. Fastball inside, ball 1. Still no zeros up on that Tucson line scores. They have scored at least 1 run in each of the first 4 innings. 1-0 the count. Mosley trying to work his way through the pitch. Swinging a chop towards third. Could be 2. Pavkovich goes to second and bounces the throw into Casey Smith. Everybody is safe. And another run scores. It's 6-1 Tucson. Good chance for a double play. Instead, nobody is retired on the throwing error by the third baseman, Adam Pavkovich. Credit Barden, though, with a run batted in, as you can't assume the double play on that one. So now runners at first and second base with 1 out, and Miguel Montero, the batter. Grounded out, walked, and scored in 2 plate appearances. So 1 out, runners at first and second base. The pitch, ripped towards right center field. That's going to be in there for extra bases. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Carter will score. Barton's in behind him. It's a 2-run double for Montero. And the Sidewinders have broken this game wide open at 8-1. Still only 1 out. Here's Robbie Hammock, 2 for 2. Singled and scored in the second. Drove in 2 runs with a double in the third. So runner at second base. 1 out. The pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 1, as activity finally begins to stir in the Bees bullpen. Jeff Haverlow up in the pen. The 1-0. High and inside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Runner at second base. 1 out. Now Mosley ready. The pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. 4 runs across for Tucson here in the 4th. The pitch. Fastball high, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Time called as the ball gets away from the Bees bullpen. So Dustin Mosley just not on his game here today. 3 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Inside at the knees, ball 4. Fifth walk issued by Mosley, and that'll bring up John Weber, who has singled and popped up in 2 plate appearances. The time called, Myers going to the mound to try to buy some time for Haverlow down in the right field bullpen. Now the home plate umpire, Mike Muchlinski, not even giving Myers a chance to go out to the mound. So runners at first and second, only 1 out here in the 4th. Inning could have been over. A bad throw on a double play ball resulted in no outs recorded as the fastball misses outside, ball 1. Bees leading the league. That is their 104th error of the season. Take that 105th. The 1-0 pitch. Strike on the outside corner at the belt. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield, double play depth. The pitch. Swing and a pop foul. Back onto the roof, out of play, and the count on Weber is 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes the count. Joe Saunders goes tomorrow for the Bees against right-hander Dustin Nippert in the matchup of 10-game winners. One of them will likely become the second 11-game winner. Jason Hirsch of Round Rock became the first 2 nights ago. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Now Mosley's pitch to Weber. Pulled into right field. That's a base hit. Montero got a late break at second base, so he'll only advance to third. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Matt Erickson, who has doubled in a run and grounded out to third. So 9 hits now in the ball game, and that brings Brian Harper out of the dugout. And that's going to be all for Dustin Mosley. Jeff Haverlow coming on the pitch, and we'll tell you all about him after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold Maintenance Program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
So Jeff Haverlow comes out in an unenviable position. The bases will be loaded with 1 out. Haverlow coming on for the 13th time this year, is 7th out of the bullpen. In 40 innings, he's given up 43 hits, 35 runs, 29 of them earned. He has struck out 24 and walked 29. Haverlow has won 2 and lost 4 with a 6.53 earned run average. The PCL batting .283 against right-hander Jeff Haverlow. Haverlow making his second appearance in this series, was touched for 5 runs on 5 hits in 1 inning here on Friday. Charged with his second blown save in as many appearances. So the Sidewinders with 4 here in the 4th. They lead it 8-1, and they still have the bases loaded with only 1 out. Erickson, the batter. Doubled in a run in the second, grounded out to third in the 3rd. Erickson with 2 singles and 3 at-bats against Haverlow this season. Jeff will work from the stretch, and the first pitch to Erickson. Swing and a miss, and a hard slider down and in, strike 1. And close the books on Dustin's line. He's responsible for the 3 runners on base. Erickson for the season, 2 for 6 with the bases loaded. 0-1 the count to the left-handed batter as Haverlow delivers. Swung on and lifted foul. Third base side onto the roof out of play, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. As the Sidewinders have batted around in this inning. Now the right-hander ready. Haverlow, the 2-strike pitch to Erickson, swinging a ground foul at the first base side. And a nice grab by Netman down the right field side. Montero, the runner at third, Hammock at second, Weber at first. Haverlow trying to get out of this jam here in the fourth. The 0-2 pitch, low and outside, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Again, the infield double play depth. Third in the league in double plays turn. They could use one here. The 1-2 pitch. Erickson swings and misses, and the bat goes flying into the seats down by the end of the dugout. Far first base side of the dugout. Erickson strikes out, and there's 2 down here in the fourth. That'll bring up Alberto Callaspo, who's 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the fourth inning. So bases loaded, 2 out for Alberto Callaspo, who started the inning off with a ground ball single into center field. So 2 outs, bases loaded. Haverlow's pitch. Callaspo takes low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Now Haverlow ready, the right-hander's pitch. Fastball, low and away, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Callaspo. 2 balls, no strikes. Bases loaded, 2 down. Haverlow ready, the pitch to Callaspo. Fastball, strike 2-1. Outfield shaded towards left. A little bit of a breeze is picked up now, blowing straight out. And the Angels won their game today, 3-1, as Jared Weaver goes to 7-0. For the Halos, the 2-1 pitch to Callaspo. Drilled into center field, a base hit. Montero scores, Hammock in behind him. Stopping at second base is Weber on a 2-run single by Alberto Callaspo, and now it's 10-1 Tucson. Callaspo continuing to bite the hand that once fed him. It's his 5th and 6th runs batted in this series. And he now has 13 on the year against Salt Lake. And I believe that's tops on the Tucson team. So now here's Chris Young, 0 for 1. Now Haverlow ready, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball pops out of the glove of Corey Myers, but not far away for the runner to advance. Weaver, with his victory, becomes the first rookie since Fernando Valenzuela won his first 7 starts back in 1981. The 0-1 pitch to Young on the way. Swinging a tap foul back into the left of home plate, and the count's 0-2. Jared today allowed just 1 run on 3 hits in 6 2/3 innings. His earned run average skyrockets to 1.15. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Young. Up from 1.12. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that retires the side. In the inning, though, 6 runs to score on 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners were left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, it's now Tucson 10, the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
We go to the bottom of the fourth inning, 10-1 Tucson. Mike Elward to lead it off, followed by Nick Gordo and then Jason Espino, as the Bees trail by 9. There's the pitch. Swung on, popped up, shallow left, coming on. The left fielder Hammock is there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away. Brings up Nick Gordo, who struck out swinging his first time up. So 1 out, nobody on base. These this year, again, they've lost 41. Only 10 of those losses have been by 4 runs or more. There's a pitch, fastball in for a strike. So they've been close throughout most of this season. Only 1 loss by more than 7 runs. That was that 14-4 game at Sacramento. The 0-1 pitch. Gordo takes a strike at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. 0-2 the count on Gordo. Now Owings' pitch. Trying to hold up on a fastball. Did he go around? Yes, says first base umpire Joe Stegner. And there's 2 down here in the 4th. Brings up Jason Espino, who struck out swinging his first time up. So 2 out, nobody on base. Now Owings' pitch. Change up, high and outside, ball 1. To Jason Espino, who went down swinging his first time up. Tucson showing right now why they have the best record in the PCL as Espino takes a strike 1-1. 63-36 at this point. This team has never been in first place this late since becoming a Diamondbacks affiliate. The 1-1 pitch is cut out and missed. A strike 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Last time Tucson made the postseason, I believe, was 1995, losing to Colorado Springs in the opening round. 1-2 pitch, up and in, 2-2 the count. The 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the wind by Owings, the 2-2 to Espino. Swinging a slow roller to the right side. Erickson scoops it up and flips to first, and that'll do it for the Bees here in the 4th as they're retired in order. 1, 2, 3. As we move to the 5th, it's Tucson 10, the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
Introducing Papa John's
Tucson's new sizzling fajita pizza with onions and peppers, a new Southwestern pizza sauce. Choose marinated steak or grilled chicken for only $11.99. A large sizzling fajita pizza, just $11.99. Call now or order online at papajohns.com. Play 100 sizzling days of summer at papajohns.com for a chance to win a Chrysler Crossfire. See store or website for details. Limited delivery area charges may apply.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Attention motorcycle and ATV riders. Dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV? Stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $39 a month for 24 months with zero down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right, payments as low as $39 a month, plus zero down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So get to Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out and Ride sales event, because an offer this good won't last. Plaza Cycle at 1379 West, 3300 South, in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle. Walk in, right out. On the Yamaha car, traffic credit approval for 83106 on select new Yamaha motorcycles, including FJR models, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters, as low as $39 monthly payments, 24 months at 8.9% APR for non-finance of $4,800 if the account has current. Thereafter, the standard rate of 12.99% includes 2.8% APR applies. Default rate is 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for ATV age restrictions. Yamaha recommends on free credit scores. Call 1-800-872-87.
We go to the fifth inning. Tucson 10, the Bees 1. It'll be Scott Hairston, Chris Carter, and Brian Barden due up here in the fifth against Jeff Haverlow. We'll give you the official line on Mosley in a moment because the official line is incorrect. They've got all the runs earned. They've got 3 unearned runs in that inning. So here's Scott Hairston, who's homered, taking a call, third strike and walk. The runner who advanced on the error, who would have been out, would be unearned, and the last two runs would have been unearned. There's a pitch strike on the inside corner to the knees, 0-1 because it came after 2 outs. With the second out, would have been the third out, and there not been the error. But either way, it's 10-1 Tucson. Now Haverlow ready to pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Bees defensive alignment. Jason Espedo in left, Tommy Murphy in center, Darren Blakely in right, Adam Paskovich at third, Eric Ibar at short, Casey Smith at second, and Mike Elward at first. The battery of Jeff Haverlow pitching, Corey Myers catching. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Hairston. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? No, says Joe Stegner at first, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Jeff Haverlow came in last inning to take over for Mosley. Now the right-hander ready, and the 1-2 pitch to Hairston. Breaking ball low, 2-2 the count. Haverlow making his 3rd appearance of the year against Tucson, his 2nd out of the bullpen. Has not fared well with an ERA of 12, and the Sidewinders batting .375 against him. Now Haverlow ready, the 2-2 into the dirt. Ball 3 fills the count on Hairston at 3-2 with Chris Carter and Brian Barden to follow. And a good pitching matchup tomorrow. Joe Saunders for the Bees at 10-3 against Dustin Nippert 10-5 for the Sidewinders. Again, tickets still remain for the big Pioneer Day fireworks extravaganza and ball game. There's a pitch foul back. That's headed towards one of the suites to our right. 3-2 the count on Hairston. Last night's loss to Tucson was just the 6th loss in 26 home games for the Bees against teams from the Pacific South Division. Overall, Salt Lake's 33-15 home record, the 2nd best in the league, behind Tucson's 34-15. 3-2 pitches low and away. Ball 4. First walk issued by Haverlow, the 6th given out by Bees pitching in the ball game. Season high was 9. His 9 free passes were given out on April the 25th at Portland. No runner at first, nobody out for Chris Carter. Haverlow ready with the infield at double play. Depth the pitch. Down low, ball one. And time now for a look at what's ahead on the road. Brought to you by Big O Tires. A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires. 1 ball, the count on Carter as Haverlow deals. Swinging a high chopper, right side. Far to his left. Smith has it, flags it down, and throws him out. Nicely done by Casey, ranging far to his left on a high bouncer on the right side. On the play, Hairston advances to second, and there's one down here in the fifth. Brings up Brian Barden, who's 1 for 3. 2 runs scored and 1 run batted in. So 1 out, a runner at second base. After tomorrow's game, the Bees hit the road for 8. 4 at Memphis, followed by 4 at Nashville. Final visit to Greer Stadium. They'll have a new ballpark in downtown Nashville beginning in 2008. All 4 games at Memphis get underway at 6:10 Mountain Time. First pitch to Barton. Crushed towards right center field. A long run for Murphy. He won't get it as that one to the deepest part of the park in the right center field corner. Hairston around third will score. Barton around second. On his way to third with an RBI triple. And now it's 11-1 Tucson. Barton's second triple and his 67th run batted in. And now here's Miguel Montero. A 2-run double, his last at bat. The games in Nashville next Saturday and Sunday are 5 o'clock starts Mountain Time, 6 o'clock on Monday and Tuesday. The 31st of July and the 1st of August. Pitch to Montero, swinging a foul. Back to the screen, strike 1. Again, Tucson, with a run here in the 5th, has scored in every inning. No balls, 1 strike the count. Now from the belt, the pitch. Swung on, lifted high in the air to deep center field. Murphy going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's high off the batter's eye in center field. A 2-run home run for Montero, and now it is 13-1 Tucson. Montero's first career AAA home run. That'll bring up Robbie Hammock, who has singled, doubled, walked, scored twice, and driven in 2 runs. Twelve hits now for the Sidewinders. That's their second home run of the game. Haverlow ready, and the pitch to Hammock. Down low, ball 1. Right now, the best you can say about this game, it only counts for 1. 1 ball to count on Hammock, the pitch. Breaking ball, strike at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Howie Kendrick, 1 for 4 with a double in that game for the Angels today in their 3-1 win over Kansas City. 1-1 pitch is grounded past the mound, up the middle. To his left, Ibar behind second base in short center, throws to first and just gets Hammock by an eyelash. Fine play by Eric Ibar, ranging far to his left, getting that ball in short center field. Some nifty footwork to get himself into position to make a strong throw for the out. 2 down, that'll bring up John Weber, who's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Mike Napoli went 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. Again, Rob Quinlan, a big 2-run single in that one. Two out, nobody on. The pitch for Weber is down the middle of strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Tucson, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 6 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. The pitch, changeup is high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the right-hander looks in, gets his sign. The 1-1 to Weber. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Weber. And tomorrow night's game will be the final game of the regular season between these two teams. 1-2 pitch. Bounces in, ball 2. 2-2 the count. 60 feet, 6 inches from the pitching rubber to home plate. That was about a 58-footer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield straight away for Weber. Originally signed by Cincinnati. The 2-2 pitch. Low, ball 3. Fills the count at 3-2. They've now adjusted it. It is 7 earned runs to Mosley on the 10 runs scored. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Haverlow's pitch. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt. Ball 4. They appeal. No swings as Garrett Watson at third, who looks absolutely positively bored at this point. Somebody had to wake him up at third base to let him know that he's being signaled. As Charlie Nagy goes out to the mound to talk with Jeff Haverlow. A runner at first base. Second walk of the inning issued by Jeff, and that's the 7th given out by Bees pitching in this game. Matt Erickson, the batter, 1 for 3. Doubled in a run in the second, grounded out to third in the third, and struck out swinging in the fourth. So 2 outs, a runner at first base. And so here's Erickson. We're only in the 5th inning, and Erickson completes the 4th trip through the batting order for the Sidewinders. The pitch to Erickson, swinging a ground ball foul outside the bag at first, strike 1. 14 is the most runs allowed by the Bees this year in a game. They lost 14-8 here on May the 20th to Oklahoma, and then that previously mentioned 14-4 loss at Sacramento last Sunday. The 0-1 pitch down low, and the count's 1-1. Right now it's Tucson 13 and the Bees 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Haverlow's pitch. Fastball strike at the knees, 1-2. Matt Erickson, his grandfather played in the Giants organization. Swede Erickson. Played collegiately at the University of Arkansas. The pitch bounces in, ball 2 rather. 2-2 the count on Erickson. As activity begins to stir in the Bees bullpen. As Matt Hensley, who's picked up his first save of the season on Friday, starting to get ready. Now the 2-2. Breaking ball low, ball 3. 3-2 the count on Erickson. So runner at first base, 2 outs. Now the shortstop Ibar in for a quick word with Haverlow. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Myers behind the plate, the sign down, the target up, the 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. Third walk of the inning, and now that'll bring up Alberto Callaspo's 2 for 4. With a pair of singles, a run scored, and 2 RBI. And Hensley just got up in the bullpen. Sure, they were hoping Haverlow could be a little more effective and eat up some innings here. There's a pitch outside, ball 1. But he has struggled with his control now. 3 walks. 1 ball, no strikes. Haverlow ready. The pitch to Callaspo. Strike on the outside corner at the knees. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Then all Sidewinders here on a Sunday afternoon. A 1-1 to Callaspo. Low and inside, a breaking ball. 2-1 the count. Chris Young, the center fielder, is due next. 2-1 the count on Callaspo. Averlo taking a lot of time in between pitches. Now delivers the 2-1. Line to center field. Another base hit. On to third base goes Weber. He's held up there by Chip Hale. Callaspo with his third hit of the ball game. And now the bases are loaded again with 2 outs for Chris Young, who's 0 for 2 in the ball game and 0 for 10 in this series. Struck out swinging his last time at bat. So on at third, Weber. Erickson at second. Callaspo at first. 2 out here in the 5th inning. Averlo ready, and the first pitch to Young. High and inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Hopefully everybody will get this out of their system this afternoon and be ready for a good one tomorrow night. The pitching matchup looks to be a dandy. The 1-0 pitch to Young. Just a little bit high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Averlo now to the point where he's allowed 8 runs now in his last 2 1/3 innings. The pitch. Young swings, and there's a grand slam to left field. That ball well out of here. And that one just to the left of the concession stand in left. And it's now 17-1 Tucson. For Young, his 16th home run of the year. He now has 58 runs batted in. And that's going to be all for Jeff Haverlow. As the Sidewinders bat around for the second time this afternoon. Matt Hensley will come on to pitch. We'll tell you all about him after this. 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy.
So Matt Hensley now comes on the pitch for the 8th time this year. In 10 innings, he's given up 6 hits, 2 runs. He has struck out 7 and walked 5. Hensley 2-1 with a 1.80 earned run average. The PCL batting 182 against Matt Hensley. The final line on Jeff Haverlow, an inning and a third, 5 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 home run allowed. And again, the 17 runs now the most surrendered by the Bees this season. First batter Hensley will face will be Scott Hairston, who led off the inning with a walk. So the Sidewinders with back-to-back big innings, a half dozen in the 4th and 7 here in the 5th. Last season, the most runs allowed by the Bees in a game was 15, and it happened 3 times. On April the 10th against Tucson. There's a pitch swung on and popped up. Short right field, Elward out, Smith in, Blakely over, and Blakely, the right fielder, makes the catch to retire the side. 7 runs on 3 hits no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Tucson 17, the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
Hey, guys.
Yeah?
I'm not feeling too good.
Oh, you're looking a tad green for a raccoon.
I think it might be the taco burrito I ate.
What?
Why? It was cheap.
Well, you're paying for it now.
Oh.
Why eat junk at night when you can go to Wendy's? We make everything fresh right when you order, like our new 99-cent crispy chicken sandwich. That's right, all white meat chicken for just 99 cents.
Oh.
Why didn't you just go to Wendy's?
Not too bright.
Make it a Wendy's night and do what tastes right till 2 a.m. Prices and participation may vary.
Paulie Colosimo here.
Yo, along with Joey as always. So, Paulie, tell the folks why we're so excited for spring to get here.
That's easy, so we can sunbathe in our Speedos, right?
Well, I do enjoy that. And with the pecs we have, the ladies enjoy it too. But that's not what I had in mind.
Oh, well, you must be talking about grilling some of our Magnifico Colosimo sausages then.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Paulie.
Bada bing.
When most people think about grilling, they think about chicken or steaks. But those are wimp meat.
Yeah, if you want something with real taste and real kick, you gotta go with authentic Colosimo sausages on the grill.
Oh, yeah.
Some nice thick brats, a mild Italian or Tuscan. Just thinking about it makes me saliva ache.
Yeah, some hot Italian, which kind of reminds me of us in our Speedo.
A couple of hot Italians. You got that right, Joey.
Colosimo sausage. The sausage people. Now available at Dan's, Macy's, and Smith's.
Adam Paskovich will lead off the bottom of the fifth inning, and he takes a breaking ball over for a strike, and the count's 0-1. 17-1 Tucson as Paskovich pops it up into right center field. Young and Weber converging. It'll be Weber, the right fielder, with the call and the catch for out number one. That'll bring up Corey Myers, who's bounced back to the mound in his first plate appearance. The 17 runs on the board for Tucson, the most given up by a Salt Lake pitching staff since July 15th of 2004, when they lost a game here to the Edmonton Trappers 22-5. First pitch to Myers on the way is line to the right side and past the diving Erickson into right field, a base hit. Hit number 5 for the Bees. Myers at first for Darren Blakely, who flied out to right field, his last time up. Most runs allowed in a game, 22 in that game, as well as 22 against Memphis on May the 19th of 1999. So runner at first base, one out. Now the right-hander's pitch. Blakely swings and bounces it foul behind home plate for strike one. 0-1 the count. Runner at first base, one out. Blakely flied out to right field his last time up. The 0-1 pitch is into the dirt, gets by the catcher Montero, and on the wild pitch, Myers takes second base. 1-1 the count on Blakely. That's the second wild pitch for Owings in the ball game. So 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Now Owings ready, the pitch. Blakely swings and misses at a fastball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Darren Blakely at the plate awaits the pitch from Owings. Fastball upstairs, 2-2 the count. And this is, as I mentioned, the most runs given up by the Bees since a 22-5 loss at home July 15th of 2004. They'd also given up 22 runs one other time. That is the franchise record, by the way. That was a 22-8 loss. There's a pitch fouled back, still 2-2. On May the 19th, 1999. Here it's 17-1 in favor of the Redbirds. Or in favor of the Sidewinders, excuse me. Got my games messed up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll be in Memphis to play the Redbirds beginning Tuesday. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the pitch to Blakely. Fastball upstairs, ball 3. 3-2 the count. Tommy Murphy on deck. Rough go of it today. Now Owings ready. The 3-2 to Blakely. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 4th strikeout for Owings. And there's 2 down here in the 5th. So that'll bring up Tommy Murphy, who's twice grounded out to the first baseman Chris Carter on both occasions. Tossing it to Owings, covering for the out. So 2 down. Runner at second base in Corey Myers. Now Owings ready. The first pitch to Murphy, and it's cute foul off the end of his bat behind home plate for strike 1. Well, so far the highlight of this game for the Bees, the RBI single by Eric Ibar in the first inning that tied the game at 1-1, but 16 consecutive runs for the Sidewinders have come about since that RBI single. The 0-1 to Murphy, foul back into the screen, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. This is going to do some serious damage to the Bees staff ERA, which at 4.20 was 9th in the league. And below the franchise season record of 4.33. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. As we go to the 6th, Tucson 17, the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
You already know that R.C. Willey is the place to shop for quality home furnishings, but you may not know that R.C. Willey also works hard to provide solutions for you in your home. With same-day delivery, there's no need to wait. R.C. Willey's professional sales associates will answer your questions and help you find exactly what you need. In-store financing means you deal directly with us. By providing an incredible selection of merchandise, it's easy to find your individual taste and style. Find your solutions today at R.C. Willey. One place, so many possibilities.
Zions Bank has absolutely free checking. This means it's absolutely free of hidden fees. Our absolutely free checking comes with absolutely free unlimited check writing and absolutely free online banking and bill pay. All this along with a Visa credit card, an absolutely free Visa debit card, and enrollment in Zions Cash Rewards. We appreciate you, so we want to absolutely free you from hassle with all our absolutely free branches and ATMs available throughout both Utah and Idaho. After all, when all is said and done, the best things in life are, well, family, love, and sharing. Because although our absolutely free checking is absolutely fantastic, hopefully it's not absolutely the best thing in your life.
Hi, I'm Tom Green, branch manager at the Zions Bank Freeway office. Right now, when you open a free checking account, we'll give you an absolutely free box of checks.
Zions Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply. See branch for details. Credit approval required to obtain Visa credit card.
All right, we go to the 6th inning. 17-1 the score in favor of Tucson. It'll be Chris Carter, Brian Barnett, and Miguel Montero due up to face right-hander Matt Hensley, who will hopefully gain some semblance of order in this ball game. He's trailing by 16. The franchise record margin of defeat is 17. It's happened 3 times, losing to Memphis 18-1 on May 21st, 1999, losing that 22-5 game to Edmonton, and last year at Fresno they dropped the decision to the Grizzlies 19-2. Largest margin of victory for the Salt Lake franchise was July 29th of 94, a 28-3 rout of Colorado Springs over on the Front Range. So here's Chris Carter, hitless in 3 at-bats. He has walked. He's driven in a run with a fielder's choice. First pitch to Carter on the way, and it's outside, ball 1. It's also time for our 6th inning update of the Abra scoreboard. First game of 2 at Des Moines. Iowa thumped Memphis 13-6. They lead the nightcap 2-0. in the third. The 0-1, just a little bit outside of ball. At Omaha, Round Rock defeated the Royals 14-2. A day of routes in the PCL, it looks like. Oh, one close game. They're in the ninth at Las Vegas. 51 leading Portland 6-5. The 2-0 to Carter, low and away, ball 3. 3-0 the count, and that's a final. Las Vegas 6 and the Beavers 5. So Portland will stay 11 in back of Salt Lake. Now the 3-0 pitch to Carter from Hensley. In at the knees, a strike at 3-1. First of 2 at Nashville. Oklahoma leads the Sound 3-1. The second game. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Low, ball 4. And that's the 9th walk issued by Bees pitching in the game. That equals a season high. The first game of the doubleheader between Oklahoma and Nashville. Nashville's the home team, although it's being played in Oklahoma City. This is a makeup of a rainout over in the Music City that had to be made up in Oklahoma. Later on, Albuquerque at New Orleans, Tacoma at Fresno, and Colorado Springs visit Sacramento. Pitch to Barton, breaking ball, strike at the knees, 0-1. Barton 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored. After 5 in the American League, Seattle 5, the Red Sox 4. Eduardo Perez with a home run for the Mariners. The 0-1 to Barton, fastball strike on the inside corner at the knees, 0-2. All of the rest of the games in the American League have been complete. Minnesota topped Cleveland 3-1 as Francisco Liriano moved his record to 12-2. Joe Nathan getting the save, his 19th. I remember when he was a starter for the Phoenix Firebirds in the Giants organization. At Detroit, the Tigers thumped Oakland 8-4. The 0-2 pitch, Barton swings, and it's a high fly ball to left. Jason Espedo drifting back to the edge of the track. He'll have room, backpedaling onto the track to make the catch for out number 1. Back to first goes Chris Carter. So 1 away. That'll bring up Miguel Montero, who's doubled, homered, and driven in 4 runs in the game. Toronto blasted the Yankees 13-5, hitting 5 home runs along the way, 2 for Vernon Wells. Toronto trailed 3-2 when they put up an 8 spot in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Montero is a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Baltimore doubled up Tampa Bay 4-2. White Sox shut out Texas 5-0. Not an easy trick to blank that high-powered Ranger team. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2. And the Angels, as we mentioned earlier, beat Kansas City 3-1. Jared Weaver now 7-0. First rookie to win his first 7 games since Fernando Valenzuela in 1981, who wound up winning his first 8. No Jarrett mania, though, in Southern California like there was Fernando mania. The 0-2 pitch to Montero, and that one hit him in the back. On 0-2, Hensley hits Montero. So now runners at first and second base with 1 out, and Robbie Hammock will be the batter. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of runs batted in. National League, after 5.5, San Diego wanting to climb back into first place in the National League West. Leads at San Francisco 4-2. Mike Piazza with his 15th home run of the year. Cardinals lead the Dodgers 6-0 in the 6th, 2 home runs for Juan Encarnacion. First pitch to Hammock from Hensley. Cut at and missed. A strike 0-1. 4th inning at Phoenix. Colorado leads Arizona 5-1. The 1 Diamondbacks run. A home run by former Stinger Jeff Devan in his 5th of the year. Braves and Phillies later on tonight in Philadelphia. The 0-1 to Hammock. Off speed and high. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. Finals, Washington thumped the Cubs 7-1. At Florida, the Marlins got a run in the bottom of the 9th to edge Pittsburgh 5-4. Houston beat the Mets at Shea 8-4, and Milwaukee down Cincinnati 4-1. Now the 1-1 to Hammock. Swinging a foul, glancing off the glove of the catcher Myers back to the screen. The count's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. Carter at second, Montero at first with 1 out. Carter reaching on a walk. Montero hit by an 0-2 pitch. second hit batter for the Bees staff in this game. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the infield double play depth. Now Hensley from the stretch, the 1-2. Just inside, 2-2 the count. Again, Hensley out all of last year after shoulder surgery. Began the year at extended spring on the disabled list, but has pitched well since joining the Bees. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Hammock, the pitch. Change up high, ball 3, fills the count at 3-2. A wide one here would be the 10th walk of the game, the most by the Bees staff this year. Team record is 13. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch to Hammock from Hensley. Swing and a foul, slicing out of play down the right field side into the upper deck. So we'll do it again at 3-2. So a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. John Weber due next. Now Hensley ready, the payoff pitch. Swinging another foul, back into the screen. It's still 3-2. Sixth inning, 17-1 Tucson. Hensley staring in, getting his sign. Now for the 3rd time, here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left. The speedo going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A 3-run home run for Robbie Hammock, and it's now 20-1 Tucson. Hammock with his 14th home run of the year. He now has 5 runs batted in the ball game. And in the 6th inning, Tucson is still scored in every inning. Brings up John Weber, who's 2 for 3. 15 hits for the Sidewinders. Well, this one, folks, is ugly with a capital Ugg. Now here's Weber, the pitch. Fastball high, ball 1. That is the 3rd home run hit by the Sidewinders in this game. Seventh extra base hit as Weber slices one the other way. Espedo on the run, won't get that one as it one hops the wall. Rounding first is Weber, and he goes into second base with a double. Somebody turned the faucet off. That'll bring up Matt Erickson, who's 1 for 3. Walked and scored his last go around. $16 hits now for the Sidewinders, 8 of them for extra bases. Prior to this game, the most runs allowed, we mentioned earlier, 14. The most hits allowed is 18 at 16 right now. 20-1 Tucson here in the 6th. 1 out. Now Hensley from the belt stops. Now Matt ready, the pitch. Erickson takes down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Again, the good part about this one, it's only 1 game. The pitch, low and outside a ball, 1-1. As far as the standings are concerned, the PCL counts the same as a 1-0 loss. Now Hensley ready, and the right-hander deals. Erickson takes, low and away, ball 2, 2-1 the count. That enough, it's a 20-1 ball game, but when your pitcher's getting squeezed in this situation, usually in this situation, the strike zone expands. Don't shake your head, no. The pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball towards short. Ibar up with it to throw to first in time for the out. Holding at second base is John Weber, and there's 2 down here in the 6th inning. So 2 out, a runner at second base at Alberto Callaspo, the batter. He's 3 for 5 with 3 singles. Callaspo retired the first 2 times up as Tucson begins its 6th trip through the order. Swung on and sliced foul down the left field side. Back into the seats for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Now Hensley ready, the pitch. Inside with a fastball. Callaspo backs out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not much for the Sunday faithful to cheer for in this one. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Fastball strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now let's see. Next inning we'll have a little bit better news for you on our Salt Lake check of the Salt Lake date in PCL history. The 1-2 pitch to Callaspo. Swung on, line towards left center. Coming on, Espedo has to play it on a hop. Stopping at third base is Weber. And Callaspo has his 4th straight single of the ball game. Hit number 17 for Tucson, and that'll bring up Chris Young, who hit a grand slam his last time up. 2nd grand slam of this series for the Sidewinders. Brian Barden had one yesterday. So 2 outs, runners at first and third for the Sidewinders. Hensley's pitch. Swing and a pop foul back into the right of home plate. Strike 1. Young, the 8th man to bat in the inning. Tucson sent 11 men to the plate in the 4th, 10 in the 5th. No balls, 1 strike as Jonathan Rowenhorst gets up in the Bees bullpen. Pitch on the way, curveball strike on the inside corner at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at the corners, Hensley ready. And now the 0-2. Low, ball 1. 1-2 the count on Young. Now Hensley ready, and the 1-2 pitch to Young. Swinging a foul, back out of play. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Young right now with 15 homers and 8 stolen bases. He's going to have to get going in the stolen base department if he's going to put together his 3rd straight 2020 season. That's 20 home runs or more, 20 stolen bases or more. Hit 26 homers, stole 32 bases last year at Birmingham. Here's a ground ball back to third, backhanded by Pavkovich. The long throw in time for the out, and that retires the side. 3 more runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on the base paths. We go to the bottom of the 6th at Tucson 20. The Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Come on, what do you want?
Well, I don't know what I want for breakfast because I can't think before I have breakfast. But how do I decide what I want for breakfast if I can't think until I get breakfast?
You'll have a number 1 with a large coffee.
Snap out of it with a delicious bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich from McDonald's. And if you need more help in the morning, visit McMornings.com.
Like you read my mind. It's a pretty short book.
At participating McDonald's.
Okay, you guys, time for bed.
Daddy, take me for a ride to the bedroom. No.
All right, both of you hop on. Oh, man, you guys are getting heavy.
Daddy, you sound like a piggy.
I'm not a piggy. I'm a dinosaur.
No, dinosaurs sound like this. You sound like this.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out.
There are moments that make life meaningful.
Mommy, Daddy's a piggy.
Well, he's a cute little piggy.
Oh, I'm seriously out of shape, piggy.
At Select Health, we want to help you enjoy each one. With our health and wellness programs, we're striving to help you and your family stay fit and healthy and be right there with you as life unfolds.
Look, Mommy, the piggy's jumping on the bed.
Daddy's starting a new exercise program.
You know what they say, when pigs fly.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm too tired to be funny. I gotta sit down.
To learn how we're working to make healthcare simpler, visit selecthealth.org. Select Health. Simply there.
Casey Smith, Eric Ibar, and Mike Elworth. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Bees here in the 6th inning. Casey Smith 2 for 2. He extended his hitting streak to 13 games as he takes low and inside, ball 1. One of the very few bright spots in this game. 1 ball to count. Micah Owings delivers. Smith swings and slices one towards the corner and right. That's a fair ball, bounding off the gate. Weber dropping the carom, picking it back up, and Smith is into second base with a double. His 20th double of the year as he adds to his career high. And Casey's 3 for 3. That'll bring up Eric Ibar, who drove in the only Bees run in the first with a single, grounded into a double play in the third. Time now for a look at this date in Salt Lake PCL history, brought to you by Med1 Medical, the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold. Med1 Medical, the sleep professionals. Got a couple of them for you today. For July 23rd, we'll go back to 1998 for the first one, after Micah Owings delivers to Ibar. Strike down the middle, 0-1. A.J. Pierzynski went 4 for 4 with 2 homers and 5 RBI to lead the Buzz to an 8-2 win over Albuquerque. Pierzynski hits a 2-run homer in the second and belts a 3-run blast in the 8th. Now the 0-1 pitch to Ibar. Swinging a ground foul, skipping off the roof of the first base dugout and into the crowd. Good play by the young man with the glove, and the count's 0-2. Also 1 year ago today, Joe Saunders throws a 7-inning complete game, 1-0 shutout of Las Vegas in the first game of a doubleheader. The only hit allowed by Saunders was a leadoff double to Henri Stanley. Now the 0-2. Ibar lines one into left center field. Young on the run, won't get it. He plays it on the hop. Casey Smith around third will come on in to score on the RBI single by Eric Ibar to make it a 20-2 ball game. So Eric drives in both runs. That'll bring up Mike Elward, who's 1 for 2. He is singled and flied to left field. Of course, Micah Owings on the mound right now. He's just going to try to throw strikes. Not be too fine. Now here's Mike Elward. Pitch on the way. Fastball strike 0-1. Bobby Hammock, by the way, has moved from left field into first base. And a new left fielder for the Sidewinders, as there's a pitch inside for a ball. That would be Donnie Sadler, who's come into the game to play left field. Now the 1-1 pitch. Elward lines one into left field. That's a base hit. Sadler plays it on the second hop. Ibar stops at second base. So the Bees have opened the 6th inning with 3 straight hits. That'll bring up Nick Gorneau, who's been up twice and has struck out twice. So Gorneau at the plate. Red Sox have tied Seattle 5-5. So runners at first and second base, nobody out. Browenhorst up in the Salt Lake bullpen. He'll come on to pitch in the 7th. The pitch to Gorneau, a change-up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Ibar at second, Elward at first. Now Owings pitch. Gorneau takes a strike on the inside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Gorneau is having another solid season before suffering that injury, fouling the ball off his leg. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-2. It'll be one of those things, probably take him just a little bit to get his timing back at the plate. 1-2 the count on Gorno. Now Owings ready. And the 1-2 pitch to Nick. Way outside and high, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Activity beginning to stir in the Tucson bullpen. I believe that's Mike Koplov who's getting up. Now the 2-2 pitch to Gorno. Ripped down the third base side. That's a fair ball. Rolling into the corner. Ibar around third will score. Elward going to third. He'll be held up there, and into second base is Nick Gorno with a run-scoring double, and now it's a 20-3 ball game. Runners at second and third. Still nobody out. 4 straight hits to open up the 6th inning for Salt Lake. Gorno's 18th double and his 60th run batted in, and now Mike Parrott, the pitching coach, is going out to the mound. So Casey Smith started the frame with a double. Ibar singled him home. Elward singled, and Nick Gorno doubled home Ibar. So that makes it a 20-3 ball game. Jason Espedo, the batter. He has struck out and grounded out in 2 plate appearances. Just a reminder, all Monday home games except for tomorrow night are Harmon's Family Nights with the Bees. Stop by your local Harmon store and pick up a Family Night voucher. Good for 8 family members to get in for just $16. Take that voucher at Harmon's and bring it to the Bees box office and get your tickets. Harmon's, your neighborhood grocer. The next Harmon's Family Night will be on Monday, August the 7th. That would be 2 weeks from tomorrow when the Bees host the Round Rock Express for the first time ever. The former Edmonton Trapper franchise. Pitch to Espedo, low and away to the left-hand batter. Ball 1. Koplov up in the bullpen, and his pitching coach Mike Parrott made his way back to the dugout. He was, I think, signaling Koplov to speed it up and get ready. 1 ball to count on Espedo. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball to first. Up with it is Hammock. He'll take it to the bag and score. Throw to the plate, not in time. Elward almost got thrown out at the plate after Hammock took the sure out at first base. So now a runner at third with 1 out. Espedo picks up his 14th run batted in to make it a 20-4 ball game. Brings up Adam Pavkovich, who is grounded out and flied out in 2 plate appearances. So 1 out, a runner at third. I don't know if Mike just assumed that Hammock was going to take the out at first and leave it at that. He was almost thrown out the plate. Breaking ball to Pavkovich in at the knees. A strike 0-1. But at the end, though, he was able to slide in ahead of the tag of Miguel Montero. 0-1 the count on Pavkovich. Now Owings ready. The pitch. Inside, and that one hit Pavkovich. And now both benches are being warned. We had some hit batters last night. We've had 3 batters hit so far in this game. So runners at first and third, 1 out, and Corey Myers will be the batter. For Pavkovich, it's the 2nd time he's been hit this year. So Gorno at third, Pavkovich at first, and Myers at the plate. Corey single to right field his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Again, Mike Koplov up in the bullpen. Time called as one of his warm-up pitches down in the pen gets away. Juan Brito handling the catching duties down in the Tucson bullpen. Now the 1-0 to Myers. Curve ball is low, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 20-4 Tucson here in the bottom of the 6th. Now the right-hander ready, and the 2-0. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and the count's 2-1. He's sure wondering, still have a ways to go. The most runs in a game involving Salt Lake. Both teams combined 32 2 years ago when the Bees beat Omaha, or excuse me, the Stingers beat Omaha 22-10 as Myers fouls one back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at third base, Gorno. Papkovich at first with 1 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Corey Myers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 20-4, Tucson. Owings ready. The pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. Fills the count at 3-2. A wide one would load the bases for Darren Blakely. Three balls, 2 strikes. Now Owings ready. The payoff pitch to Myers. Low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. That is the first walk issued by Micah Owings this afternoon, and that's going to be all for Owings as Mike Koplove is going to come on the pitch now for the Sidewinders. We'll give you the numbers on Koplove when we return after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
My fellow pilots, it's time. What's he talking about? He's always making these big promises. McDonald's makes it easy for you to find fortune. Just check out Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, now in theaters. Then get a Big Mac sandwich, peel the tab, find the code, and you could win great riches, like your new Volvo. It's easy to win. I'm locked it.
No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of the U.S., Puerto Rico, and Canada, 13 or older. Game ends 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:31:06. While distribution supplies last. Car game ends 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:31:06. See official rules inside participating McDonald's or at playatmcd.com for complete details. Void where prohibited.
Somebody must have been in an accident that wasn't their fault. But Keith Barton just hit that one out of the park.
I'm Keith Barton, and I know when you've been injured in an accident, you need an attorney that will go to bat for you and get you the money you deserve. You need the money quick because you have bills to pay. So the next time you're in an accident, you know what to do. Call in the big hitter. That's me, Keith Barton. It's just that easy to pick up the phone and call us at our new number, 801-IT'S-EASY.
So the new pitcher is right-hander Mike Koplove. Koplove making his 36th appearance of the year for Tucson in 44 2/3 innings. He's given up 46 hits, 23 runs, 19 of them earned. He has struck out 36 and walked 20. Koplove is 2-0 with a 3.83 earned run average. The PCL batting .269 against right-hander Mike Koplove, side-arming right-hander, 5'11", 175 in his 9th professional season. Against the Bees this year, Koplove, no decisions in 6 appearances. Bees hitting .250 against him. He'll inherit the bases loaded with 1 out for Darren Blakely, who's flied out and struck out in 2 plate appearances. 20-4 Tucson. The Bees with the bases full now. Infield, of course, at double play depth for Tucson. Koplove, a draft pick out of the University of Delaware. Swings and misses as Blakely is way out in front of a changeup, strike 1. He's bounced back and forth between Arizona and Tucson. 215 major league appearances for Koplove over the years. No balls, 1 strike to count on Darren Blakely. With Tommy Murphy due next. Now from the belt, the 0-1. Blakely swings and he misses 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Obviously, we cannot close the books on Owings' line as he's responsible for the 3 men on base. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Koplove ready, and the right-hander from Philadelphia deals. Change up outside at the knees, 1-2 the count. Koplove lifetime has made 10 previous appearances against Salt Lake. No decisions. He did pick up a save in his only appearance against Salt Lake back in 2002. Now the 1-2 to Blakely. Fastball upstairs, 2-2 the count. Koplov in 2001 was on the Diamondbacks active roster for the National League Division Series and the NLCS, but did not appear in a game. He was inactive for the World Series. The 2-2 pitch, Blakely takes low, ball 3. So the count is full at 3-2, and a wide one would force in a run. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield, straight away. Now Koplov ready, and the 3-2 payoff pitch is swung at and missed. A fastball blew it by him. And that's out number 2 in the inning as Koplov strikes out the first batter he faces. So now here's Tommy Murphy 0 for 3. He's twice grounded to first, and he's also struck out swinging. Koplov was the Diamondbacks Rookie of the Year in 2002, appearing in 55 games, going 6-1. Then missed a good portion of 2003 with right shoulder tendonitis as his breaking ball misses low, ball 1. So the Bees have now batted around here in the 6th. They've scored 3 with the bases loaded. 1 ball to count on Murphy. Drove in 3 runs in the first 2 games of this series, and he takes a fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield around towards left for Murphy. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Koplov, who steps off and walks to the back side of the hill. Grabs the rosin bag. Then wipes his hand off his pant leg before climbing back up on top of the hill. Rauenhorst has pitched almost a complete game warming up in the bullpen in this inning. The 1-1 pitch. Murphy takes outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Infield back. Tommy Murphy trying to cut a little deeper into this Tucson lead. The 2-1 delivery. Change up outside, ball 3, and that narrowly missed. So now the count 3-1. Again, a situation where a wide one forces in a run. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now Koplov ready, the 3-1. Swung on, flared to center field. Young is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 3 runs, though, for the Bees on 4 hits. No errors, and 3 runners were left on base. As we go to the 7th, it's Tucson 20, the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
Hey, Bees fans, are you looking for a summer deal and a meal to satisfy your cravings? Stop by Wiener Schnitzel today for the 2 for $2.22 deal. Chili cheese dog and chili cheeseburger, only $2.22. Hurry in today. And while you're there, don't forget to cool down with the new Tasty Freeze Brownie Freezy. Chewy brownies mixed with creamy vanilla Tasty Freeze soft serve, topped with chocolate syrup. Wiener Schnitzel. It's the official hot dog of the Salt Lake Bees. Wiener Schnitzel, pushing the boundaries of taste.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
All right, we go now to the 7th inning, 20-4 in favor of Tucson. Scott Hairston, Donnie Sadler, and Brian Barden due up to face left-hander Jonathan Rauenhorst, who comes on to appear in a game for the 39th time this year, his 37th visit out of the bullpen. Rauenhorst, in 58 in the 3rd innings, has given up 57 hits, 28 runs, 27 of them earned. He has struck out 43 and walked 23. Rauenhorst 5-5 with a 4.17 earned run average. The PCL batting .257. against left-hander Jonathan Rowenhorst, coming off a win in his last outing, which was a start, going 5 innings at a victory over Fresno over at Grizzly Stadium. First pitch to Hairston from Rowenhorst, misses high and away, ball 1. The final line on Matt Hensley, an inning and a third, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts, and 1 hit batter, 1 home run allowed. The 1-0 pitch, and it's high, ball 2. So Jonathan, after a couple of starts, back in the bullpen for the Bees. 2-0 the count as Rowenhorst deals. High and outside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. And the Sidewinders have scored in every inning, as we'll let you know coming up as we take a look at our Zions Bank 7th inning game summary. After the 3-0 pitch to Hairston. In for a strike, 3-1. For Tucson, 20 runs on 17 hits. No errors. The Bees 4 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. Tucson has left 9 runners on base, while the Bees have stranded 6. 3-1 pitch on the way, and it's fouled back and out of play on the roof. Strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tucson, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 6 in the fourth, 7 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth. The Bees, 1 in the first and 3 in the sixth. Now, Rowenhorst delivers the payoff pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air to right center field. Murphy drifting over from his center field spot is there, and while backpedaling, makes the catch for out number 1. Hairston retired. That'll bring up Donnie Sadler batting for the first time in the ball game. Sadler hitting .248, 7 doubles, 3 triples, no homers, 10 runs batted in. And Sadler came in the bottom of the 6th inning defensively. Chris Carter, while he was in there, as the first pitch misses, ball 1, 0 for 3. With a couple of runs scored and 1 run batted in for Sadler. Now the 1-ball pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third and past the diving Papkovich into left field. So Sadler with a single in his first at bat, hit number 18 for Tucson, and that equals the most hits allowed by the Bees in a game this year. That'll bring up Brian Barden, who has 2 hits and has driven in 3 runs. Make that 2 runs batted in. The 18 hits were put up on the board by Tacoma back on May the 30th. In the Rainiers, 15-14 loss to the Bees. There's a pitch high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, Portland lost today to Las Vegas 6-5. Still about 2.5 hours away from Tacoma getting underway at Fresno. 1-0 pitch is ripped toward third. This time a diving stop by Papkovich from his knees. Goes to second for 1. Over to first, not in time. Nicely done, though, by Ada, making the diving stop, and then from his knees, getting the throw to second base for the force out on Sadler. So 2 out, a runner at first. The fans kind of getting on. First base umpire Joe Stegner, but it looked like Barden easily beat that relay throw out, but again, a very good effort by the Bees infield there, starting with the diving stop by Papkovich. Here's Miguel Montero, who's doubled and homered today. Driven in 4, scored 4 as he fouls the first pitch back, strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike the count on Montero. The Bees' 7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. Now the 0-1. Curveball, broken bat looper toward short. Ibar's got it. The long throw to first is in time for the out. Wanted to go the short route, but Barden was closing in on second base, so he had to make the throw to first. And for the first time in the ball game, the scoreboard operator can put a 0 on the Tucson line. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by America First Credit Union. For any financial needs, come to America First Credit Union, where members come first. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Tucson 20, the Bees 4 on ES.
Somebody must have been in an accident that wasn't their fault. Keith Barton just hit that one out of the park.
I'm Keith Barton, And I know when you've been injured in an accident, you need an attorney that will go to bat for you and get you the money you deserve. You need the money quick because you have bills to pay. So the next time you're in an accident, you know what to do. Call in the big hitter. That's me, Keith Barton. It's just that easy to pick up the phone and call us at our new number, 801-IT'S-EASY.
Hershey's presents the Soul to Soul 2 Tour, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. It's been 6 long years. Now the wait is over. By overwhelming demand, a second show added. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill in the round. A combined over 60 million records sold and 35 #1 singles. Electrifying performances by Tim and Faith in the concert event of the year. 2 superstars, 1 stage. A night you'll never forget. Tickets are on sale now at the Delta Center box office, Ticketmaster. Charge by phone or get them at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Don't miss Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Presented by Hershey. Produced by AEG Live and Outback Concerts.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Tucson 20, the Bees 4. Casey Smith to lead it off. He led off last inning with a double. The Bees batted around, scoring 3 runs. Casey with a 3-for-3 afternoon. Facing Mike Koplov for the first time. Pitch on the way, and it's low ball. Oh, and it's an easy strike ball. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike on Casey. The pitch. Curveball striking at 0-2. The final line on Owings, 5 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, a hit batter, and 2 wild pitches. Now the 0-2 to Smith, swinging a chopper toward short. Barden takes the shoulder high hop, the sidearm throw to first in plenty of time for the out. 1 away, that'll bring up Eric Ibar, who's 2 for 3. Couple of RBI singles in this one for Eric. And not much to write home about in this one. 1 out, nobody on base. Mike Koplov's pitch. Fastball strike in the outside corner at the knees. 0-1. Won't happen today, but the rest of the year, be on the lookout for the Geico Insurance run of the game. Now the 0-1. Fastball outside. 1-1 the count. First time after the 5th inning, the Bees score a run to add to a lead. Geico Insurance will donate $25 to the Air Force Fund. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office today. 1-1 pitch way outside, ball 2. So far this season, there have been 41 Geico Insurance runs, making the total donation $1,025. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Chicago beat Texas 5-0 to snap the White Sox 4-game skid as Ibar swings and misses, 2-2. Buck Showalter, the Rangers manager, missed the game due to hydration. He was treated at Rush University Medical Center in Chicago where he received an IV. Swing by Ibar and a high pop-up. Near second base, the shortstop Barton is there, and that's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Mike Elward, who's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Bench coach and former Angels field coordinator Don Wakamatsu managed the Rangers today. For Showalter, just the 3rd time in 11 years as a manager that he's missed a game. So 2 out. Low and inside as Elward skips rope to get out of the way. One ball, no strikes. Now the pitch. Inside again, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Elward. Two balls, no strikes the count on Elward. In Toronto with a big 13-5 win over the Yankees today. They're swinging a ground ball foul up the third base side. So Toronto takes 3 out of 4 from the Blue Jays. Toronto take 3 out of 4 from the Yankees. That would be tough to do. Toronto trying to keep themselves in the race, only 2 games behind the Yankees in the American League East, of course, as well as 2 games behind them in the wild card chase. 2-1 pitch to Elwood, swinging a slow bouncer toward third. Callasco charges, gloves, and throws on the run in time for the out, and the Bees are up and down in order here in the 7th. 1-2-3, nothing across as we head to the 8th. It's Tucson 20 and the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
Celebrate Pioneer Day for the entire weekend with the Salt Lake Bees. Saturday, July 22nd, check out the leading play on the field and stay afterward for a fantastic fireworks show presented by Prestige Financial. The first 1,500 kids receive batting helmets. On Monday, join the crowd for the 24th of July celebration with another gigantic fireworks show presented by Larry H. Miller Ford. The first 1,500 fans to this game get a free Mickey Mantle Cooperstown photo. Get tickets now to these great games at 325C or go to SLBs.com. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
We head to the 8th inning now. 20-4 Tucson. Robbie Hammock, John Weber, Matt Erickson to face Jonathan Rauenhorst, who begins his 2nd inning of relief. Robbie Hammock, 3 for 4 with a double, a homer, and 5 runs batted in. Pitch on the way, and it's chopped up the third base side. Charging for it, Pavkovich gloves it, throws on the run, and throws it away. Past first base, but Hammock cannot advance as Elwood tracks down the loose ball down near the railing. So runner at first, nobody out. That may wind up being a hit since Hammock didn't take an extra base. Tough play for Pavkovich, but we'll see. John Weber with 3 hits on the day, including a double. And that will be an infield single. And for Hammock, his 3rd hit of the game. He's a double, make that a triple shy of the cycle. Hit number 19 for Tucson in the game. Pitch on the way, low, ball 1. Again, that is the most hits given up by the Bees in a game this year. For Tucson, 21 is their most hits. July 1st at Las Vegas. There's a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Diamondbacks with a 6-run 4th have taken a 7-5 lead at Colorado. They find themselves right in the thick of things after having that tough stretch following the Jason Grimsley announcement. 1-1 pitch fouled off the glove. The catcher Myers 1-2. Diamondbacks have won 4 in a row, 8 of 10, and started the day just a half game behind the Giants. So if San Diego beats San Francisco and Arizona hangs on, the Diamondbacks would be back in a tie for first with San Diego, a half game up on the Giants. Now the 1-2 pitch to Weber. Her ball lifted foul into the upper deck to the left of home plate, and it's still 1-2. Cardinals with a 4.5 game lead over Cincinnati in the Central. The Mets running away with the East, 13 up on both Atlanta and Philadelphia that play later. American League, Boston right now leads the Yankees by 3. That'll go up or down a half game depending on the outcome of the Red Sox game with Seattle. There's a ground ball fair inside the bag at third and rolling down the left field line. Stopping at second base is Hammock as Weber singles. On the 4th hit of the ball game, for Tucson, or for John Weber. That'll bring up Matt Erickson. 20 hits now for the Sidewinders. One shy of their season best. Detroit leads Chicago still by 6.5, as both teams were winners today. In the West, Oakland leads Texas by a half game and the Angels by 1. Seattle will either be 4 or 5 out depending on their outcome with the Red Sox. There's a pitch high off the glove of Myers, and the runners will move up 90 feet. Again, these can change with the games that are still going on. We'll believe that's a wild pitch. Runners at second and third. 1 ball, the count on Erickson. White Sox lead the Yankees by 2.5 in the wild card race. 3 up on Minnesota, 4.5 on Toronto. There's a strike in the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike in the National League. Cincinnati. Pass ball was called on that one, excuse me. Now the pitch. High and inside, and that one you can see slipped out of the hands of Rauenhorst just as it was delivered, and so Erickson hit by a pitch, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out. On an infield single, a ground ball base hit, and a hit batter. Third hit batter for the Bees in this game. Now here's Alberto Callaspo, who has singled in each of his last 4 plate appearances. The Cincinnati leads San Diego and Arizona by 1 game each of the National League wild card. That could go up or down a half game depending on the outcome of their games. Dodgers 4.5 back. Houston and Milwaukee 5 back. Colorado, Atlanta, and Philadelphia 5.5 out of the wild card lead. 1 ball, the count on Callaspo. Now the pitch. Swinging a double play ball to second. Up with it, Casey Smith. Flips to Ibar for 1. Throw to first for 2. No RBI for Callaspo on the double play. 4-6-3 double play. On to third goes Weber, but it's now a 21-4 ball game. A 17-run lead, which, again, at the moment now, equals the largest margin of loss for Salt Lake in its history. Matt Wilhite up in the Bees bullpen. So runner at third base with 2 out, and Chris Young the batter. Swinging a ground ball up the middle and through into center field, a base hit. That will score Weber, and it's now 22-4. The 22 runs equaling the most ever given up by Salt Lake in a game. It's the third time that it's the third time it's happened. So July 23rd, 2006 for the moment joins May 19th, 1999 and July 15th of 2004. Here's Scott Hairston. That's the 5th run batted in for Chris Young in the ball game. So 2 outs, a runner at first base. The pitch. Curveball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And again, Tucson, a runner at first, 2 out. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball into the dirt, blocked by Myers. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hopefully the Sidewinders will have used up all of their offense in this game as they face Joe Saunders tomorrow, as Joe goes for his 11th win for the second time. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner above the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Sidewinders have scored in every inning but the 7th. 1-2 the count on Hairston. Now Rauenhorst pitch. Curveball into the dirt, 2-2 the count on Hairston. An 18-run lead for the Sidewinders right now. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now Rauenhorst ready, the pitch. Long on and sliced down the right field line, twisting towards the corner and going foul. So we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes as a bunch of youngsters chase after the souvenir. Nobody quite sure where it is. About 6 youngsters down there trying to find it. And finally, one of them does. Smart, he realized the ball was going to roll down the steps. So he went down low first to try to find it. Well, the other kids went up several rows high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now Rowenhorst delivers. Low and inside. Ball 3. 3-2 the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Matt Wilhite up in the Bees bullpen. Rowenhorst on to deliver the 3-2 pitch, and it's lined to the left field, a base hit. 22nd hit for Tucson. That's a new season high for the Sidewinders. And it brings up Donnie Sadler, who singled in his first at bat, his last time out, and Ryan Harper going to the mound to make yet another change. So that's going to be all, I would believe, for Rowenhorst. Matt Wilhite coming on. We'll tell you all about him after this. 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Zions Bank has absolutely free checking. This means it's absolutely free of hidden fees. Our absolutely free checking comes with absolutely free unlimited check writing and absolutely free online banking and bill pay. All this along with a Visa credit card, an absolutely free Visa debit card, and enrollment in Zions Cash Rewards. We appreciate you, so we want to absolutely free you from hassle with all our absolutely free branches and ATMs available throughout both Utah and Idaho. After all, when all is said and done, the best things in life are, well, family, love, and sharing. Because although our absolutely free checking is absolutely fantastic, hopefully it's not absolutely the best thing in your life.
Hi, I'm Tom Green, branch manager at the Zions Bank Freeway office. Right now, when you open a free checking account, we'll give you an absolutely free box of checks.
Zions Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply. See branch for details. Credit approval required to obtain Visa credit card.
Right-hander Matt Wilhite on for the 37th time this year. 57 in the third innings. He's given up 50 hits, 23 runs, 21 of them earned. He has struck out 24 and walked 15. Wilhite 5-2 with a 3.30 earned run average. PCL batting .238 against Wilhite, who picked up the win with 2 scoreless innings here on Friday. So Donnie Sadler batting. Mariners have scored twice in the bottom of the 7th to tie the Red Sox at 7-all. Meanwhile, the Giants, who moved into first place yesterday, must like it because they just scored 3 in the bottom of the 8th to take a 5-4 lead on the Padres. San Diego now batting in the top of the 9th. First pitch to Donnie Sadler on the way, and it's a breaking ball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. 22-4 Tucson. We're in the 8th. No balls, 1 strike to pitch. Way outside and off the glove of Corey Myers. The runner at second base, Young, will go to third, while Hairston holds at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Sadler. That'll be a wild pitch on Wilhite. Now the 1-1 delivery. Sadler swings and misses at a curveball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Termel Sledge, just up from Portland, has led off the 9th inning with a home run for San Diego to tie the Padres with the Giants at 5-5. Breaking ball outside, 2-2, 3,435. The announced paid attendance here today. Almost all of them in the shade. A lot of them have gone away with the way this game has turned out. Now the 2-2 pitch. High and away, ball 3. 3-2 the count. Brian Barden, the shortstop, is due next. Matt Wilhite coming ready for the 3-2. Sadler takes a curve inside, ball 4. That is the 10th walk issued by the Bees staff in the game, and that is a new season high. Brings up Brian Barden, who's up with the bases loaded. Barden has driven in 2 runs with a fielder's choice, 1 in the 4th, and an RBI triple in the 5th. Bases loaded, 2 out. Now Wilhite delivers. Swing and a pop foul. First base side, out of play. Into the upper deck, strike 1. Barden, the 8th man to bat in this inning. Sidewinders have already twice batted around, sending 11 men to the plate in the 4th and 10 in the 5th. 0-1 the count on Barden. Now Wilhite delivers. Swing and a miss at a big sweeping curveball. The count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at third base is Young. Hairston at second. Sadler at first. 0-2 the count on Barton. The Wilhite pitch. Way outside. Backhanded by Myers. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes the count on Barton. Now Wilhite's pitch. Swung on and look out. That ball's hit deep to left. It's up there, it's out there, and it's a grand slam for Brian Barton, his second in as many games. And now it's 26-4 Tucson. The second grand slam of the game for the Sidewinders. And the 26 runs, now the most ever given up by the Salt Lake franchise in a game. That'll bring up Miguel Montero. There's a pitch swung on, lifted into right. Blakely back at the track, makes the catch, and that retires the side. 6 more runs on 5 hits. No errors. Nobody left on base as we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Tucson 26, the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
Denny's works for me because I like bacon, sausage, and ham, usually at the same time. And I can get all that at Denny's for just a few bucks. I mean, you know, how many places can you still say that about? I can think of about 1.
Denny's is also the one place you can go for the new Extreme Grand Slam. It has more bacon and sausage than ever, plus 2 eggs, hash browns, and pancakes. One of 3 new Super Slams for just $5.99 each. Denny's.
Works for me.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
Hi, is this the Federal Reserve? How you doing? Good, I'm fine, thanks. Listen, maybe you can help me. You're the guys who control the interest rates, right? Good. I was wondering if you could just not touch the interest rates until I sell my home. Well, yeah, I understand that, but no, I just need you to not touch the interest rate until I sell my home. That's all. Just, don't raise it. Just, keep it stable. Well, is there someone there who can help me? Yeah, I'll hold. Thanks.
Okay, so you can't control the Fed, but call a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent, and you'll have qualified buyers from all over the world looking at your home, no matter what the interest rate is. That's because Coldwell Banker agents are not only local experts, they're also part of a national and international referral network of professional agents. So there will be thousands of Coldwell Banker agents all over the world working to find you the right buyer at the right price.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm still on hold. Sure, I'll stay here. Thanks.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. I guess that could be wishful thinking on my part. 26-4 Tucson. Nick Gorno, Jason Espedo, and Adam Pavkovich due up to face Mike Koplov. Gorno with an RBI double his last time at bat. Now the pitch on the way. Swinging a chopper towards short. Backhanded by Barden on the high hop. The throw across in plenty of time. One away. Brings up Jason Espedo, who's 0 for 3. Been an amazing series. The offensive output of this Tucson team, 3 grand slams, 2 by Brian Barden, the other by Young. Young and Barden's second coming today as Espedo takes outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. So 3 grand slams in the last 2 days for Tucson. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count's even at 1-1. And as we mentioned earlier, though, the best thing about this is the fact that it only counts as 1 game in the lost side. Now the 1-1 pitch. Espedo swings and pops it up. In back of third, Cayaspo taking charge and making the catch in front of Brian Barden for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the 8th, and that'll bring up Adam Pavkovich, who's 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch his last time up. And Tucson's 26 runs, the most ever given up by Salt Lake, 4 more than the old record. 23 hits shy of the record. Looks like Jason Espedo may be the nominee as he's running down to the bullpen. He may be the position player who will eat up the 9th inning as the pitch is low, ball 1. Don't want to use any more pitchers in this situation. That would make him the first position player for the Bees to throw in a game this year. The pitch is high, ball 2. Of course, a lot of that has to do with the closeness of the Bees games. Prior to today, they had only lost 10 games all year by more than 3 runs. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Pavkovich as Koplov delivers. Adams swings and lifts 1 foul onto the roof to the right of home plate, and the count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th inning. Jason Espedo warming up. Now Koplov ready, the pitch. Up high for a ball, 3-1. That'll mean that they'll have to, Ryan Harp will have to move some folks around as Espedo's been playing left field in this game. 3 balls, 1 strike on Adam, the pitch. Swung on and popped up. Down the right field line, Hammock, the first baseman, giving chase. So is the right fielder, Weber, and neither can get to it. That one looked like it hit on a bullpen chair and into the seats down the right field line. Either way, the count's 3-2 now on Adam. And the lone bright spots for the Bees in this one. Casey Smith, 3 for 3, extending his hitting streak to 13 games. Tying Jeff Mathis's 13-gamer back in May for the longest for the Bees this year. Eric Ibar, 2 for 3 with a couple of runs batted in as well. 3-2 pitch to Pavkovich, popped up, and this one's unplayable to the right of home plate, back into the seats. Hitting about 6 rows back and then bouncing all the way upstairs. And the scramble is on for the Souvenir. That one bouncing around like a Plinko chip on The Price is Right. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Pavkovich. Now Koplov ready, the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a curveball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. Mike Koplov has retired all 7 batters he's faced as we go to the 9th. Tucson 26, the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
When When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires. Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
So Jason Espino, outfielder, comes on to pitch now for the Bees in this mop-up situation with the Bees trailing 26-4, and Nick Gornell, for the first time since his injury, goes out now to play left field. So Espino coming on. He will face Robbie Hammock, John Weber, and Matt Erickson. Hammock so far in this one, a triple shy of the cycle. He had a 2-run double in the third, a 3-run homer in the sixth, and he picked up an infield single his last time up. So Jason Espino didn't get very much time to warm up, delivers a strike, and it's 0-1. Espino becomes the first position player to pitch in a game for the Bees. As Hammock lifts one in the air to left center field, Gornell, a long run, can't get it. As that ball's up against the wall, and Hammock will go to second base with a double. That'll be the 24th hit of the ball game for Tucson. And the most given up by the Bees is 27 hits. So now here's John Weber. He has 3 singles and a double, going 4 for 5 in this one. So runner at second base, nobody out for the Sidewinders as Espino delivers. That's driven into deep right field. Blakely going back, and that one's over the fence for a 2-run home run. 28-4 in favor of Tucson. Nobody out. The 32 runs scored in this game now equals the most runs scored by both teams in a game involving Salt Lake. August 7th of 2004, the Stingers defeated Omaha 22-10. Now here's Matt Erickson. There's a pitch into the dirt, ball 1. Espino taking an inning for the team. Sometimes it works out for the position players, and sometimes it doesn't. There's a pitch. Erickson swings and pops it up into center field. Tommy Murphy camped underneath it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. I'd like to be on the couch. 1 down. That'll bring up Alberto Callaspo at his string of 4 straight singles snap by grounding into a double play last inning. So Callaspo batting for the 8th time in the game. Pitch on the way is low, ball 1. 4 for 7. 1 ball, no strikes. Espino delivers. And it's low and away, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Callaspo. Now Espino's pitch. Callaspo pulls it into right field, a base hit. Well, this is very reminiscent of an old top 40s radio station in the 60s because the hits just keep on coming. Brings up Chris Young. He has a grand slam and an RBI single in this one. So 1 out, a runner at first base. Espedo's pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Swinging a liner, that's into left field for a base hit, and Callaspo will stop at second base. The only player who's appeared in this game for Tucson in the batting order who doesn't have a hit was the starting first baseman Chris Carter, who was left out of the party. He went 0 for 3, although he did score twice, driving in a run with a fielder's choice and reaching, and also walking and scoring in the 6th inning. So the 27 hits for Tucson ties the most hits given up by Salt Lake in a game. Scott Hairston, the batter. So a rough go of it for Jason Espedo. Breaking ball, strike 0-1. The bad news is now that he's pitched in the game, his stats, as long as he's in a Salt Lake uniform, will show up on the stats page every day. 0-1 the count on Hairston as Espedo delivers. Down low, 1-1. There was a game similar to this that the Buzz were in against Phoenix. It was a 22-2 ball game back in 1994. And it's not happening here, but here's the pitch popped up. Third base side. Papkovich coming down. The infield fly rule in effect as the catch is made for the out. Obviously, the hitters in a situation like this, they still want to be able to, they don't want to hurt their batting average at all. And it hasn't happened in this game, but in that game I can remember several Buzz players. It was a hot day in Scottsdale. They would get themselves on with a base hit, but then would somehow or another get themselves trapped between first and second and get tagged out. So they wouldn't hurt their average, and the game would keep moving, and there's a pitch low and inside for a ball, 1-0. Sidewinders have not decided to help out in that fashion. There's a liner into center field, a base hit. Chip Hale, though, is going to hold up Callaspo at third base. And some of the fans getting on him for it. So Donnie Sadler, since coming into the game, is now 2 for 2. And the batter will be Brian Barden, who's up with the bases loaded again. Hit a grand slam in the first inning yesterday and hit one last inning. In case you're wondering, the record for the most runs in one game in PCL history is 35. There's a pitch in for a strike, 0-1 by a team out of Vernon, California. Ironically, they did it against the Bees. Now the 0-1 pitch, Barden takes a strike, 0-2, a 35-11 win over the Bees on May the 11th, 1923. 0-2 the count on Barden, who's a double away from the cycle. And he takes one that bounces in for a ball, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 out. 28-4 Tucson here in the 9th. Now Espedo, the 1-2 to Barden. Low and outside, 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Such a beautiful day. Mike Muchlinski wants to stay out here a little bit longer. The 2-2 pitch to Barden inside, ball 3. 3-2 the count. We're in the top of the 9th inning. It's Tucson 28 and the Bees 4. Here's a ground ball to short. Eric Ibar, the flip to second, and that'll do it here in the 9th as they score 2 runs on 5 hits and 3 runners left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Tucson 28, the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
All right, we go now to the bottom of the ninth inning. It's Tucson 28, the Bees 4. It'll be Corey Myers, Darren Blakely, and Tommy Murphy due up to face Jeff Baginaru. Comes on for the 42nd time this year. 4-2 record with a 5.02 earned run average. So Baginaru comes on. Corey Myers 1 for 2 with a single and a walk so far in this one. First pitch on the way to Corey is popped up foul. First base side, Hammock over near the railing, and now staggers back onto the field and makes the catch for the out. He actually went to the railing, looked like that ball was headed out of play, and he eventually wound up catching it on the edge of the grass at the warning track just past first base. Myers is out, 1 away. Mike Kapla for Tucson retired all 8 batters he faced, going 2 2/3 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Now here's Darren Blakely. Swung on, lines 1 to right. Weber going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. A home run for Darren Blakely. Not quite as dramatic as his game winner against Fresno last week. But that makes it a 28-5 ball game, and that now makes it the most runs ever scored in a game involving this franchise. Previous, as I mentioned earlier, was August 7th of 2004 when the Stingers beat Omaha 22-10. So now here's Tommy Murphy 0 for 4. 4th home run given up by Baginaru, the pitch. And it's high, ball 1 to Tommy Murphy. So now the right-hander ready, and the pitch on the way to Tommy Murphy. Swinging a foul back into the screen, and the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, this only counts as 1 game, and we start anew tomorrow night at 7. Tickets still remain for the big Pioneer Day fireworks extravaganza in the ball game, and a pretty good pitching matchup. Here's a swing and a pop-up. Short right field, the second baseman Erickson out, makes the catch for out number 2. Joe Saunders, 10-3 for the Bees, and Dustin Nippert, 10-5, going for the Sidewinders. Each one trying to become the second pitcher in the league to pick up 11 wins. Jason Hirsch of Round Rock picked up his 11th yesterday. And the first pitch to Smith misses low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball to count the pitch. Casey swings and lines one into center field, a base hit for his 4th hit of the ball game. Hit number 11 for the Bees, and that'll bring up Eric Ibar. Ibar with 2 hits and 2 runs batted into the ball game. So 2 outs. A runner at first base for Ibar. Pitch on the way is right down the middle for a strike. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a tap foul at home plate, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Giants and Padres going into the 10th inning, all tied at 5. Hermel Sledge's home run in the top half of the ninth off Armando Benitez, sending it into extra innings. No balls, 2 strikes. Bajanero's pitch to Ibar. Swinging a slap foul up the third base side. Still 0-2. "28 runs on 28 hits for Tucson. 5 runs on 11 hits for the Bees as the 0-2 again delivered to Ibar. Fastball up and in as he spins out of the way. 1-2 the count on Eric. A little extra flair as he spun away on that one. Now the 1-2 to Ibar. Swinging a ground foul up the first base side. Still 1-2. So the record book to be rewritten in this one. Unfortunately, on the negative side for Salt Lake. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ibar's waits and grounds one up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Smith will stop at second base, and runners are at first and second base with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Mike Elward, who's 2 for 4. Elward taking yesterday off and then bouncing back today anew after the off day. So 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the ninth for the Bees. Bajanaru's pitch. Up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Elward. One ball, no strikes to count on Elward. The catcher, Montero, having a problem with some equipment. Looked like his shin guard had to be rewrapped, so he takes care of that, and now is back behind the plate. Bajanaru ready, and the 1-0 pitch to Elward. Swung on, and that's lifted in the air towards right. Weber going back on the warning track makes the catch to end the game. Elward bidding for a 3-run blast, and it comes up short. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. The final score, Tucson 28, the Bees 5. Back after this on ESPN 1230.
This has been the Kent and Show. Make sure to be with us next time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
Attention motorcycle and ATV riders. Dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV? Stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $39 a month or 24 months with 0 down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right, payments as low as $39 a month. Plus, 0 down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So get to Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out and Ride sales event. Because an offer this good won't last. Plaza Cycle at 1379 West, 3300 South, in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle. Walk in, right out. On the Yamaha card, subject to credit approval for 83106 on select new Yamaha motorcycles, including FJR models, ATV, side-by-sides, and scooters, as well as $39 monthly payments, 24 months at 8.9% APR offer, non-financed for $4,800 at the capital head current. Thereafter, the standard rate is 12.99% and 22.9% APR applies. Default rate is 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for ATV 8 restrictions. Yamaha recommends on free credit scores. Call 1-800-877-2887.
Zions Bank has absolutely free checking. This means it's absolutely free of hidden fees. Our absolutely free checking comes with absolutely free unlimited check writing and absolutely free online banking and bill pay. All this along with a Visa credit card, an absolutely free Visa debit card, and enrollment in Zions Cash Rewards. We appreciate you, so we want to absolutely free you from hassle with all our absolutely free branches and ATMs available throughout both Utah and Idaho. After all, when all is said and done, the best things in life are Well, family love and sharing. Because although our absolutely free checking is absolutely fantastic, hopefully it's not absolutely the best thing in your life.
Hi, I'm Tom Green, branch manager at the Zions Bank Freeway office. Right now, when you open a free checking account, we'll give you an absolutely free box of checks.
Zions Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply. See branch for details. Credit approval required to obtain Visa credit card.
Welcome to the 10th Inning Show, a complete recap of today's game, as well as a look at other games around the major leagues and the Pacific Coast League. Once again, let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Welcome back to the ballpark where Tucson defeats the Bees by a score of 28-5. Most runs allowed by the Bees or the Salt Lake franchise in a game ever. Most hits given up in a game this year, and the most hits given up in a game ever. 27 had been the previous most. The two teams combining for 33 runs. The most ever in a game involving this franchise. Final totals for Tucson, 28 runs, 28 hits, no errors, and they left 13 runners on base. For the Bees, 5 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, and 8 runners left on base. The winning pitcher, Micah Owings, 7-0. The losing pitcher, Dustin Mosley, 8-5. Time of the game, 3 hours, 9 minutes. 3,435 the paid attendance. The Bees dropped to 59-42 on the year. The Sidewinders, a league best 64-36. Sidewinders now have an 8-7 lead in the season series. Some gaudy numbers for the Sidewinders in this game. Brian Barden, 3 for 7, 6 RBI. Robbie Hammock, 5 for 6, 5 RBI. Alberto Callaspo, 5 for 8, 2 runs batted in. And so on and so forth, as the Bees pitching staff has no answer for any of these Tucson Sidewinder hitters. And so now the Bees just have to look at this as it was one game and that's it, and start anew tomorrow with a matchup between Saunders and Nippert. Time now for our defensive play of the game, brought to you by Mountains West Ranches. And the way this game went, let's just give it to that last play of the game, so we knew that the game at that point was over. Between Moon Lake, Starvation, and Strawberry Reservoirs, Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties offers great parcels of land at reasonable pricing. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting for you. Call 1-877-894-5658 or check out www.mwranches.com. We'll come back with the other scores around baseball after this on ESPN 1230.
Hi, is this the Federal Reserve? How you doing? Good. I'm fine, thanks. Listen, maybe you can help me. You're the guys who control the interest rates, right? Good. I was wondering if you could just not touch the interest rates until I sell my home. Well, yeah, I understand that, but no, I just need you to not touch the interest rate until I sell my home. That's all. Just, don't raise it. Just, keep it stable. Well, is there someone there who can help me? Yeah, I'll hold. Thanks.
Okay, so you can't control the Fed, but call a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent, and you'll have qualified buyers from all over the world looking at your home, no matter what the interest rate is. That's because Coldwell Banker agents are not only local experts, they're also part of a national and international referral network of professional agents. So there will be thousands of Coldwell Banker agents all over the world working to find you the right buyer at the right price.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm still on hold. Sure, I'll pay here. Thanks.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Med One Medical. Med One Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med One today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold Maintenance Program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med One Medical. Med One Medical.
All right, right, welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where Tucson defeated the Bees 28-5. Taking a look at the other scores around baseball on our Abra scoreboard. At Des Moines, Iowa took a doubleheader from Memphis, winning the opener 13-6, and then taking the nightcap 7-0. At Omaha, Round Rock crushed the Royals 14-2. At Las Vegas, the 51s edged Portland 6-5. At Nashville, Oklahoma won the first game of it. At Oklahoma, the Redhawks as the visiting team beat Nashville in the first of a doubleheader 4-2. Albuquerque and New Orleans are scoreless in the second. Tacoma at Fresno, Sacramento hosting Colorado Springs later. In the American League, the Mariners are batting in the bottom of the ninth, tied 8-8 with Seattle. Elsewhere, Minnesota beat Cleveland 3-1. It was Detroit downing Oakland 8-4. Toronto topped the Yankees 13-5. It was Tampa Bay falling at home to Baltimore 4-2. The White Sox shut out Texas 5-0. John Garland 8 in the third inning scoreless baseball. The Angels beat Kansas City 3-1. Jared Weaver now 7-0 on the year, beating Brandon Duckworth. In the National League, they're in the bottom of the 10th at San Francisco, all tied up. The Padres and the Giants at 5-5. By the way, Richie Sexton is homered in the bottom of the ninth to give Seattle a 9-8 win over the Red Sox. In the ninth inning at Phoenix, Arizona leads Colorado 7-5. Jeff Devannon, the former Stinger, with his fifth home run of the year for the D-backs. Atlanta at Philadelphia later. Finals, Washington whipped the Cubs 7-1. Florida edged Pittsburgh 5-4. Houston topped the Mets 8-4. Milwaukee beat Cincinnati 4-1. And St. Louis dumped the Dodgers 6-1. That's our Abra scoreboard. Back with a couple of highlights from this one after this on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Attention motorcycle and ATV riders dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV. So stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $39 a month for 24 months with 0 down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right, payments as low as $39 a month, plus 0 down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So get to Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out and Ride sales event. Because an offer this good won't last. Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle, walk in, right out. On the Yamaha car, subject to credit approval for 83106 on select new Yamaha motorcycles, including FJR models, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. As low as $39 monthly payments, 24 months at 8.9% APR offer, non-financed at $4,800 if account gets correct. Thereafter, the standard rate is 12.99% including 2% net APR price. Default rate is 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealers at ATV age restrictions. Yamaha recommends on free credit scores. Call 1-800-872-87.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark where Tucson took a 1-0 lead in the first on a 2-out solo home run by Scott Hairston. In the bottom of the first, Casey Smith singled, took second on a wild pitch and scored on Eric Ibar's base hit to center, and that tied the game at 1, and that would be as close as it would get the rest of the way. Tucson took the lead with a run in the second inning with 1 out. Robbie Hammock singled, John Weber singled, and that brought Matt Erickson to the plate. The 2-1 pitch to Erickson. Swung on and pulled into right field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Blakely racing to cut it off before it can go to the corner. Hammock around third will score. Into third base, Weber. Into second, Erickson with a double. And Tucson's back out in front by a score of 2-1. So 2-1 in favor of Tucson. Then they scored 2 more runs in the third inning as with one out, Brian Barton singled. Miguel Montero walked for Robbie Hammock. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Ripped toward third. It's a fair ball inside the bag and rolling down the left field line. Barton will score. Montero's going to be waved around as Espedo slow to get into the corner. It'll be a 2-run double for Robbie Hammock. And now it's 4-1 Tucson. So 4-1 at that point. Then the Sidewinders broke it open for good in the 4th inning with Callaspo singling. Chris Young was hit by a pitch. Scott Hairston walked. The fielder's choice brought in a run. Another fielder's choice brought in a run, and that brought Miguel Montero to the plate. So 1 out, runners at first and second base. The pitch. Ripped towards right center field. That's going to be in there for extra bases. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Carter will score. Barton's in behind him. It's a 2-run double for Montero. And the Sidewinders have broken this game wide open at 8-1. And that would be the start of it, as they would score 1 more run in that inning, or actually 2 more runs in that inning on a base hit by Callaspo. They would add 7 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 6 in the 8th, and 2 in the 9th to go on to the victory by a score of 28-5. Final game of the series and of this brief homestand tomorrow. We'll preview it after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low-monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy.
Paulie Colosimo here. Yo, along with Joey as always. So, Paulie, tell the folks why we're so excited for spring to get here.
That's easy. So we can sunbathe in our Speedos, right?
Well, I do enjoy that. And with the packs we have, the ladies enjoy it too. But that's not what I had in mind.
Oh, well, you must be talking about grilling some of our Magnifico Colosimo sausages then.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Paulie.
Bada bing.
When most people think about grilling, they think about chicken or steaks. But those are wimp meat.
Yeah, if you want something with real taste and real kick, you gotta go with authentic Colosimo sausages on the grill.
Oh, yeah.
Some nice thick brats, a mild Italian or Tuscan. Just thinking about it makes me saliva ache.
Yeah, some hot Italian, which kind of reminds me of us in our Speedo.
A couple of hot Italians. You got that right, Joey.
Colosimo sausage. The sausage people. Now available at Dan's, Macy's, and Smith's.
Well, certainly a Sunday afternoon to forget here at Franklin Covey Field as the Bees fall to the Tucson Sidewinders by a final score of 28-5. They'll try to bounce back off the mat tomorrow when they take on the Sidewinders in the 4th and final game of this series. On paper, it should be a pretty good pitching matchup. It'll be left-hander Joe Saunders for the Bees at 10-3 against right-hander Dustin Nippert, who's 10-5 for the Sidewinders. Again, there are tickets available for tomorrow's game. A big fireworks show after the game for the Pioneer Day holiday weekend. So come on over, get your tickets. The box office opens at 8:30 tomorrow morning. So once again, in 3 hours, 9 minutes in front of 3,435, the final score. The Tucson Sidewinders 28, the Salt Lake Bees 5. I'm Steve Klauke saying good night and so long from the ballpark.
This has been the Tip In Show. Make sure to be with us next time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.